Welcome everybody to Tuesday night on a Tuesday. Actually, hope you're ready for it. Last night we had a schedule conflict. Guess I'm warm enough right now, and so I had to switch it to tonight. So and it's later than my usual 8 o'clock for a Tuesday. So anyway. It's an unusual time of the year. That's what happens. So, what happened with the Flatty? Well, let's have a look here. So this Flatty on Facebook. This is the thing. Facebook makes money on clickbait. They have leaned into that as their model. So they love to have people spouting off misinformation. They do nothing to suppress it. They do nothing to censor it. It's all promoted by Facebook now. So from when the Flatties, when honestly there was some suppression going on in 2019, 2020, 21, there was definitely some things like more that if you said anything, they had pretty aggressive filters that would hit your, give you, take out your content and prevent you from doing anything for a while. They were delete happy, and that's all gone, all completely gone. So you can create, if any of you wants to do it, please don't, but if you wanted to, you could create a fake flat earth page and you could just post nonsense and you'll get bunches of comments. So this particular account called Flat Earth has been around for just a short time and has 300,000 followers on it. And it just posts nonsense. That's it. And including this particular one that's the thumbnail for this, saying, I'll debate anybody. I'll go live. Who's got the courage? And of course, FTFE and I both said, "You bet, let's go." But you know what didn't happen is they didn't say yes. So let me pull it up here and you can have a look. Oh my goodness. I gotta, nope, not that. This. Wow. This scene's a mess. All right. Sorry about that. I was pretty busy tonight. That's not what I wanted. There it is. So there is the response. This account did actually respond to me, which I was kind of shocked at, and said, "Yeah, like, what's your favorite?" Anyway. I said, "You issued a challenge. I accept. Your name says Toon. Are you ready? Toon, sir." Of course I am. So I say, does 10 p.m. Central Time tonight? And then is 10 your lucky time? That was it. That was all that this person put into the effort. So they got paid there from Facebook to troll, and that's it. That's the only thing. So it's very sad that this is promoted by Facebook now. Anyway, let me. I sent him a Zoom link. So nothing. The Zoom call is open. So a couple things I want to address. If you didn't see it last Friday, I had an unscheduled Friday night, which is kind of rare. And so I asked Q Up if he wanted to come on because he'd been doing some funny stuff. He's a flatty, but he's pretty funny. So he came on and he showed some clips of the conversation between himself and Kai, which is Witspit's. It's the mother of Witspit's kids. So here's the story, and Q Up didn't quite lean into this enough. So Q Up had been actually hitting on Kai, saying, "Since you're single and stuff now, how about me?" And Kai's like just brushing him off, and he had this, he's trying in several days, this conversation. And something at some point, because Kai had been going around Discord and elsewhere saying that Austin had not been paying child support. She had been saying that. And then on some day, she copy pasted the same comment on a lot of different places saying he's resumed payments. Thank you if you had anything to do with this. And this was copy pasted. Everybody got the same thing, including a public post on the Earth Awakening's Discord server. So we weren't talking about child support. We were reading some of the comments. There was a mention of Kai's message was about that he had resumed child support. So thank you. Right. That was it. That was the only thing that we touched on for child support. But it was other stuff. And so this is what I think happened. This is some conjecture. I think that, is this really bright over here? Oh, I don't have that one on. Hold on. How's this? Is that too bright? I don't know. You let me know. So yeah, I mean, it's Q-Up. The kid's legit a kindergartner. But he's funny. And so here's what happened. I think Austin got wind that Kai and Q-Up had been talking. Number one. Number two, I suspect there was some sort of an agreement about that neither side were supposed to be, talking crap about the other publicly. And Austin came to Q-Up asking for the pictures of the screenshots of the conversation. I think Austin was trying to catch Kai talking stuff he thought she shouldn't have been talking because of an agreement of some sort. Total conjecture on my part here. Somebody says blinded. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, so Q-Up, this was Q-Up's trolling. Q-Up's conversation with Kai was hitting on her, right? And I think he's not serious about it. I think he's just kind of being a junior hire and messing around. And so Austin is like, send me the screenshots. He's like, what am I going to get for it? Promote me on your channel, Austin. And Austin relented and said, okay, send me the screenshots and I'll promote you on my channel. And so then Q-Up sent the screenshots and they were just him flirting with Kai. And then Austin had agreed, so he posted a thing to Q-Up's channel. So that was the trolling. And so that was the point of what happened. Well, so we're doing this thing on Friday night, going over this stuff, and Austin knew this was happening, was in the live chat, and my stance has always been, if somebody wants to, if we're talking about somebody and they can come and defend themselves. So Austin's like, I'm coming in. Well, it was on Q-Up's Discord server, which I don't control. And so he came on to Q-Up's Discord server, started talking trash. And then Kai came on and they had it out. And Kai dog walked Austin pretty good. So, and like we were all laughing and stuff, but then in retrospect, several of us, and people called me out and DP Debunks, Peter Markley, Harnold, and some others were like, this was a bit over the top. So the point of the video was to just have a chuckle at the trolling that Q-Up had done. But then it turned into a personal thing, and they had it out publicly here. And really there's the victims are the kids. So I decided to unlist the video. And so I'm trying to strike a balance, right? Because a bunch of people like, this was epic trolling or whatever. And a bunch of people were like, this was really sad. And I'm not happy that it happened. So so it's unlisted. You could still go see it. There are copies. People will have copies of that. So that video won't disappear off the internet. I could not make it disappear off the internet. Anyway, then after they left Q-Op's Discord server, They went over to Gem Panda's Discord server for like 2 hours and had another couple rounds over there. And of course, there are copies of that floating around as well. So this is all what happened. So I took some. I seriously, I sent a message to DP Debunks because he did a video. I said, thank you for your thoughts on it. If you want, we can have a conversation. If you want to go over anything and call me out or challenge me or whatever. And he's busy. He's got his own stuff. He's not in this like neck deep right now. So he hasn't, he's just gave me a thumbs up. I had a conversation with Peter Markley, voice conversation. I had some other talks with some other people. And so I don't know. I think this is the strike that the balance that I'm trying to hit. The thing that some people I think got a little confused about was it wasn't intended to have Austin or Kai come on, and all that just is what happened. And it was on a QUp's Discord server. It wasn't something that I tried to make happen. I was very surprised that it did. So few people tried to suggest that I had somehow orchestrated something. I didn't do that. Anyway, it just, real Cygnus. It just happened. This happened. So it was last Friday. The video is unlisted. It's on if you go to my playlists, you can find it on my playlists. It's probably just on my live stream playlist has all of my live streams. So it'll be on there. It'll be one of the latest ones if somebody really wants to go see it. Or there's copies around. Anyway, so I'm sorry for the kids that this is something that won't go away. There was some things said that specifically by Austin that were pretty horrendous to Kai right there. It just absolutely awful. And I called him out on that. Some other people did too. So anyway, I don't know if there's more to be said, but that's I just want to give you a little background of that. I have, let's see, my Zoom call is open. Just nobody, no flatty coming. So next thing is this is hilarious. This is the book, John Stunja and Adam Meakin's book. So I've done 3 book reviews. The first 3 book reviews, and I mentioned it in passing in a third video, a fourth video. So book review 1, book review 2, mentioned something, book review 3. Book review 3, I did live, I unlisted the video, I got copies for everybody, and it's been mirrored all over the place. And if you want to mirror, you can go to FlurfWiki and you can download it and mirror it on your channel. You have my permission. The very first book review video, John Stunja did a copyright strike on. And the way it works on YouTube, anybody can copyright strike anything and it gets automatically taken down. It's super low bar. If you contest it, then they have 10 days to prove that they filed copyright lawsuit. John Stunja did do that. He went to the copyright board and he paid $40 to have the to go to the copyright board to say there is a copyright violation that he thinks. Okay, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. This is all on the FlurfWiki. If you go to Quantum Eraser's page on the FlurfWiki, every single thing is documented on there. Everything. So he did file it, and I didn't know about this board, and so I've done a little bit of research on it. So it's kind of a lower level. It's kind of like arbitration. Instead of filing a federal lawsuit, you can go to the copyright board. So it's optional. So he starts by paying $40. He makes his case and provides evidence. And I know this is weird for a flat earther. He had to provide evidence. He's like, what is this? So he had to do that. And then if the board accepts it, then it moves to the next level. But at this point, YouTube is now has gotten their thing. And so the video is not listed. I did not get a copy of those first 2 videos when I first did them. They live streamed to YouTube and I download them later. And I typically manually download things. which means I don't have always copies of everything. I use 4K downloader, but it's not awesome at getting live streams in a timely manner. So this is what's funny. Let me just I'm going to show you here. So here is the case, right? And anybody, I'll give you the URL. Anybody can go to this URL and see this exact page. Anybody can, right? Here's the claim. Why is it not? It's not going into the claim. Weird. Maybe. Hold on. There it is. Okay. So here's the claim. Would you like to proceed as a smaller claim, including a 5,000 monetary limit instead of the standard CCB small claims? No, he wants the bigger limit. So John Stunja, Lebanon, Missouri, against me, type of work, dupe-to-dupe, a book that is a fictional story backed by scientific and factual information. That's actually fiction. Supported with citation, not supported with citation. So now remember, I did not have a copy of the first two videos because they got struck, and when it gets taken down by YouTube, I don't even have access to it. So I didn't have a copy of it. So is the infringement ongoing? Yes. Okay. So YouTube video, illegal download website, this file bin, something, this isn't something I did. The link was pinned to my live stream, the image screenshot demonstrating promoting copyright violation by pinning a downloaded, right? Now, pinning a comment, pinning identifying something that may or may not be a copyright violation is not, to my knowledge, a copyright violation. It's the other party that's done that. So it turns out, you can't charge one person for a crime that somebody else committed. So I don't suspect that the copyright board will find this to be very moving. So the second video, whilst also containing subsequent copyright infringement that we may rely on in the future, is willful infringement has not already been proven. The video demonstrates a retaliatory video, which it isn't a violation of copyright. Further harmed me by doxing my personal photograph, which was from Facebook. It's a public photograph on Facebook. There's no expectation of privacy if you've posted it on a public website. You don't need anything to view it. The email address was in the document that I got from YouTube. So, yay. Also, it is his email address that I think he posts on his YouTube channel. And legal documents. Now, any legal documents that I've been sent... wait a second. Legal documents. Are these documents that are published, like, in the legal record? Well... you don't have an expectation of privacy on documents that are in the public record. Like this one you're looking at. This document here is in the public record. There's nothing in this that isn't publicly available. This is a publicly available website. Anyway, so let me remind you, this video here, I do not have a copy of. This video here, I do not have a copy of. Okay. I request the right to add further video evidence currently being produced, if any further clarity, right? Where is... describe. Okay, here it is. So within this live stream, the host reads extensive portions of the book verbatim. And he put, because he can't do like crayon font and like extra big letters and lots of colors like he normally does, he just, he surrounded verbatim with 2 asterisks. displays the physical book pages on screen while reading, like this, right? And actively encourages viewers to download a pirated PDF copy, which somebody else did, not me. You can't hold somebody liable for something somebody else did. And then he gives timestamps here. Verbatim reading plus on-screen display, which is, of course, what you do in a book review. Normal stuff for a book review. Right? He identifies different times of this happen. Additionally, the following timestamps, right, is actively promoting piracy. So it was a downward direction that was in the chat, and which is a flat earther, brags about being a moderator on Roger Ledwell's channel. Guy's got his life figured out. Anyway, so now I described how you were harmed, committed willful copyright infringement by publicly performing and displaying substantial portions of it. I was doing it for commentary, for education, for comedy. It was transformative. These are the things covered by fair use. So I would be, I don't know. I don't know how these things typically go, but because this is often done, people do book reviews all the time. I suspect this won't go very far with the copyright board. And if that's the case, I'm not certain what'll happen. I think that this will come back around, and then the copyright strike may eventually get dropped. I don't know. Anyway, in a subsequent retaliatory video, retaliatory isn't a copyright violation. It further harmed me by doxing my personal photograph, email address, and legal documents, constituting intimidation, abuse process, and defamation. None of these are copyright violations. Poor baby. Should they be true? He's alleging these things, right? Like, he's like crying to his mommy, like, they did mean things. Cause lost book sales. Well, certainly you should. I hope that you've lost book sales from this. Your book is garbage and it's a bunch of lies. I encourage people to not purchase your book. Definitely. In fact, people, if you've seen some of these and you want, you could go to Amazon and give an honest review of it. Anyway, he wants $30,000. And then look at right here. You see these links here? Remember, I don't have copies of these. I thought, well, I could get a copy of it, maybe, and then upload it to a site like archive.org or maybe BitChute or Rumble or something like that, but I don't need to. John Stunja has already done that. He has uploaded, for your viewing pleasure, a copy of the video archived right here. So everybody, this is the indelible archive of the book. So he has he paid $40 to provide a copy that you all can go get, and you have my permission to mirror these videos. You have my permission. They're my product, my copyright, and I give you permission to mirror them. He paid $40 for that. So this I also got a PDF version of this. The PDF version of this is on the Flurf Wiki. Let me just jump to the Flurf Wiki here. You can't make this up. You cannot. This is such a self-own. Oh, all right. Well, here's the Flurf Wiki page. This is a photograph that is currently, to my knowledge, still publicly available on Facebook. The email address, I believe, is on his Facebook page, so he can't really complain much about that. Let me get back to this one here. So here is, you got the complaint 1, the complaint 2, and some of the timestamp that he didn't like, right? I mean, I get it. That's not your good side. So I get that you wouldn't want that shown. Anyway, here's the suit. See this right here? This PDF? There's the PDF. You can go look at that PDF. This PDF is part of the public record. So there's nothing in there that could be considered doxing on my part, unless you want to call the copyright board the doxers. There's information in there that that anybody can go get now. Go ahead. It's part of the public record. Anyway, oh, here, some not safe for work photographs here. Ah, crap. Ah. Sorry, you were warned. Anyway, there's the update on that. Feel free, like I said, to mirror those videos, and you too can be potentially the happy owner of a strike against you. And John Stunja could pay $40 to file suit against you as well. And what will it do? Well, you can look up the procedures that these copyright boards follow, and I will update you as it progresses in this. I gotta tell you, I'm not too concerned. All right, now let's get to this here. This one here, you can't read it yet, probably. So this is the Flat Earth 24/7 Discord server has a Friday night ladies night, and I don't know if they've had it consistently or not, but I saw chatter about it happening these last couple weeks. And the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord server is a place where John Stunja likes to hang out when he's drunk and surly and whatever on a Friday night, all alone, doing whatever he does. And so this message here was sent to him, and I'll read it in a second here. But he was informed he'd be banned from participating in Ladies' Night. Well, here we go. Let's see if I can. That's a little bit off the screen, isn't it? It is. Let's see. There we go. Okay. This is all I got. I couldn't make the font larger because this is a screenshot. But just a heads up, this is from the server owner, well, one of the moderators on the server on May 14. May 14. No. 2025. Oh, that's from last year. I thought it was May of this year. It was from last year. Oh, this is super creepy. All right. Hell, just heads up. You'll be placed on a temporary ban hold in the 24/7 FE Politics channel. Later this afternoon and continuing through Wednesday night, you'll be reinstated general access Thursday morning. This is to facilitate the Ladies' Night event. Okay, so this isn't the Friday night Ladies' Night. It's a Wednesday night Ladies' Night on the not the 24/7 Flat Earth system. There's a couple. There's a 24/7 Flat Earth Discord server, and there's also a politics server where there's a Flat Earth 24/7 channel, which is run by a lot of the same people. Anyway, this is to facilitate the Ladies' Night event. As you're aware, there's certain figures and personalities within the Flat Earth communities, yourself among them, that are polarizing. Oh, you don't say. And can create an environment that makes guests as well as regular members feel anxious, stifled, or generally unwilling to participate or engage. That's right, because he yells, overtalks, gets drunk, insults people, all that kind of stuff. Since the event is primarily about creating an environment for the ladies to engage with global proponents and encourage increased traffic and participation, we're implementing measures based on feedback to maximize that opportunity. As for yourself, while it's not unreasonable to simply ask you to maintain a distance and not be present, the simple fact is the mere ability of a figure such as yourself to be looming or waiting can create an air of discomfort or anxiety that is better served to be removed by an implementation of Odyssean self-control. To that end, the temporary ban is most pragmatic. Anyway, he has been banned from Ladies' Night because just the idea that he might be looming or waiting was enough that some ladies were uncomfortable. That's right. What a creepy guy. Wow. What a creepy guy. To my knowledge, he's married still, as far as I know. But yeah, that's super embarrassing. Anyway, apparently he was going on about it on the recently on the Discord server, and that's why the confusion about when it was, that it was last year instead of this year. I've been on for quite a while on the Flat Earth Debate FED Discord server, where is the one that is kind of his primary place where he hangs out, and I hadn't said anything in there probably ever. And then there's a channel that's called just Globe Chat. And so I was in there and I'd put two comments in there, just saying, hey, in the book, Stunjud says that there's the sea sparrow. I guess chapter 6. Yeah, it talks about the sea sparrow here and says that it's got a speed of over Mach 4 and a range of 50 kilometers. Of course, that's the only thing in the entire section that's a citation about the range of the rocket. It has nothing, it's not talking about the radar. And his whole point is radar. So I was saying, well, is there any evidence of the radar being able to identify something that's 50 kilometers away? And anyway, that was my comment. Didn't tag him, didn't say anything, just saying, hey, is there citation for it? And I got kicked from the server. They're super brave. Anyway, so that's the Discord server. I was gonna go in to see if anybody had responded, and nope, I can't, because it tells you a lot. It tells you a lot when they have to ban and censor people, right? Like I said earlier, Facebook's going the opposite direction. They're basically promoting misinformation. And on the other hand, you've got flat earthers that just can't not ban people or whatever. So anyway, they love their echo chamber. They certainly do. So anyway, cover your drinks. Oh my gosh. Green Wizard needs food, says had to change it to cover your drinks night. That's hilarious. Yeah, I would. He's a bit creepy. It's Sean the Sheep is a new member at Newton. Thank you very much for being a member at Newton. Icy Spin says this might be the copiest flurf doc of all time. So yeah, I don't think that I really made it clear enough. There is in the public record now, John Stunja has doxed himself in the public record. So I have a link to the public record on the Flurf Wiki there. So, he paid money to dox himself, and he paid money to provide a permanent, I don't know how long term it is. Maybe it'll purge eventually. Downloadable link. So you can go to the Flurf Wiki. You can get a link to those as well on there, I think. And if not, I'll double check to make sure that the link that I posted earlier. Let me post another copy of the legal record that is now right there. Actually, there you go. Enjoy. Are people talking about buffering? Let me see. It's looking good here. I'm on fiber. I officially canceled my cable. So how are these flurfs reproducing? I don't know. Sad. Okay. I had a busy day today, and I was going to do something. I was going to go over a little physics application, and I didn't have time to put it together. Probing time says all good. Okay. And the flurf didn't show. And I just checked before this on Facebook, he didn't show, and on Facebook Messenger, nothing. So Well, let me try and call this Flurf, see if I can call them. Ooh, there we go. No answer. It hung up right away. What do you know? Emerson Biggins says, Frauditor Troll is being sued for copyright infringement in court. The case will set precedent for future YouTube suits. Okay. So is Frauditor Troll, he's trolling frauditors. And so the frauditors are trying to sue him? Okay. Yeah, I think this really does need to get tried in court, and I don't want to be the one to do it because it's expensive and tedious. But yeah, it certainly needs to be something gone over, because when you upload a video to YouTube, part of the agreement is that you give away some of your rights for the video. And so it's always been kind of for many, not all, videos that you can do commentary and fair use type things on them. Now, YouTube has an additional content ID system, which is basically you go to YouTube and say these things are ours. Don't let anybody post copies of them, or they can, and we get to share in the revenue, or we get all the revenue, or there's different versions of it. And this is outside of any laws. This is just how YouTube has decided to set up their system. Totally up to them. So, but as far as like the law, apply the law, that it's always been, as long as I've done that, the basic is that you can take a video that's been on YouTube. The people that posted it have some sort of, there's an agreement as being a YouTube contributor or a participant that you give away some of those rights, right? You have to, in order to take your copyrighted content and have it be visible on a different platform. You have to have an agreement with them for that kind of stuff. So, now, this wasn't a video that he had done that I was responding to. It's a book review, which goes back as long as books have been around and copyright has been around. So well over 100 years in the United States. Probably, I think it's in like the original Constitution, not even amendments and stuff. So 250 years of copyright protection. But the DMCA was 1999, I think, which specifically talks about fair use and does a little bit of quantifying and qualifying of what is fair use. So, and as from everything I know, and I wasn't trying to subvert fair use or steal his copyrighted material. Certainly, this is ridiculous, right? This is garbage. So I wouldn't want to try to, like, that's ridiculous. So anyway, Bring It to Ross just launched a live. Oh, Bring It Up Ross. Oh, yes, he's been getting busy again lately. I don't know. He so if you, what's his name? Ross, he has like a different name. Anyway, he had a thing saying he's undefeated in debates. That's, of course, only in his own mind. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let people call in after. Oh, I need to call Mikey, though. I do need to call Mikey. So give me a second here. Here we go. Hold on.
What time is it? It's time to phone a flip.
Calling Mikey. He never answers anymore. Poor guy. Poor Mikey.
You have reached mailbox number
It's
30.
so sad. I don't think he even listens to my messages. So, all right. So, yeah, this is an interesting one from Clivewell. Says, were torrent sites legal because they provided download links and torrents even though they didn't actually host the copyrighted material? And that was the torrent site. That's their defense. They're like, well, this is just a link to it. It's not it. And so different countries, they've had different laws take down the sites at times. And typically the torrent sites, they always roll around on which torrent sites are the current big ones that work. And then eventually something happens, they make a mistake or they just get buried under legal fees and then they shut down. But another one comes up. It's a bit of a whack-a-mole. So, who was hosting the link to that the alleged copyrighted material? That'd be YouTube. YouTube, right? YouTube is they need to be in a position where they're like washing their hands of the content a little bit. Because they just can't perfectly police everything, and they try, but so who posted it? And well, it was hosted on YouTube, so I don't know. This is interesting. Plastic Citizen says if you can identify how much of this book was written by AI, as many suspect, you can invalidate his copyright outright. So the stuff about the Sea Sparrow, I've looked at his website too. It's very similar to his website. I think he just mostly copy pasted from his website. And a lot of the stuff then that I covered, the first one was actually citations to other places, right? Which is fair use, right? So let me give you an example. Here's a citation, Penn State University. Quote, this is Penn State University's material, probably copyrighted, right? Quote from Penn State, every experiment at Penn State University notes requires 3 types of variables, independent, dependent, and controlled. That's not John Stunja's words. That's not AI words. That copy is owned by Penn State. So this section right here, that section right there is California State University. This section right here is Christine McClellan. So by showing this, I'm showing more of non John Stunja and Adam Meakin content. And the first book review video I did was this section. So a lot of it isn't even their stuff. Now, Plastic Citizen is saying that if it's written by AI, you can invalidate his copyright outright. Is that the case though? I don't know where the last I saw, and certainly it's not recent, and I don't follow this, but last I saw, the AI generated content, as far as I knew, was the copyright of the person who put in the prompt and had it generated, as far as I know. Yeah, I think that it's a mix of AI generated stuff and John Stunja. I think for the most part, it's copy pasted out of his website, polished up a bit, but then stuff like this, right? This is the intro stuff where it's, I prefer to think of it as it's the fictionalized character, which is the name of a real person, who is basically fawning over Quantum Eraser, written by Quantum Eraser, or maybe it prompted to an AI written by Quantum Eraser. But either way, it's a book by Quantum Eraser where a fictionalized woman is fawning over Quantum Eraser. Like gives you a little context on that ladies' night thing, doesn't it? Doesn't it? All right. So anyway, I put in a link if anybody wants to join on Zoom. That would be good. Let's see. I'm in his Discord right now, VM right now. Whose Discord? Classic Citizen says copyright is not prompt based. Yes, I don't know. I don't know what the law is, and I mean I'm not gonna try to push it. I don't have any desire to argue in court whether or not passages of his book were AI or not. So I see you sent me an invite. Whose Discord server are you talking about? Oh jeez. He's doing a call-in. Oh my gosh. I hate talking to him. He won't stop interrupting. That's the problem. All right. Oh, I see everybody's in there. All right. All right. Well, I'll jump in and we can watch the. All right. This is a Discord server owned by Super Interruptee Ross. Was it Not Offended? Not Offended. So let me get it. All right, there we go. Looks good. There it is. All right, let's have a look here. It's going to be a mess.
Planes navigate as pilots and planes navigate as if the world is not curved and not moving.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only way they could possibly land their plane.
No.
As if it's not curved and not moving.
Oh my gosh.
So this is one of the first things that convinced me that the Earth was definitely not a globe, because planes are kind of the most dangerous technology. So they're going to need to be as accurate as possible to the real world when they're.
Oh my gosh. It just he's just so ignorant. When you're landing a plane, it's relative motion. So if the Earth and the plane are both moving, right? Both moving, you can land the plane, right? If you're inside of a moving train, you could have a paper airplane and you could throw it and you could have that paper airplane land on the ground on the floor of that train as it's moving, and to throw it, you don't need to consider the 50 miles an hour outside the train. You only need to consider the throw inside. This is how dumb they are. This is 8th grade physical science, 9th grade physical science, and he doesn't understand it. Navigation is all, of course, globe-based.
Emergency landings, and look up how these do not work on the globe. They actually only work on the Gleason map. So the actual pilots, based on their GPS, when it comes to an emergency, they're using the Gleason map.
So
that being said,
I have a question.
Hold on. One second. That being said, almost every map that we have now, to me, is provably inaccurate unless we are in the wrong time period, because our celestial sphere is moving basically 1 degree every 72 years. So every 2,000 years, we are basically going to be in a brand new constellation. And so if it is true that the Mercator map was written, I want to say at this point it was made like, what is that? We like 1,000 years ago, maybe like 800 years ago or something like that.
Oh shit!
I don't know what the year, however long the Mercator map was made. If that is true, that it was made at that date, and we're in the date that we're currently in, then the map. Huh? Who is that?
I'm not sure. Can I ask one more thing,
hell
though?
no! Oh, hell no. Ha, ha. This better not be the real MCToon. If this is the real MCToon, then boy, oh boy.
Oh, okay, I think I did it. Oh shit. All right.
Wicked, is that you talking? Wicked? Is that you, Wicked?
Yeah, it was him. Can I ask one more
Who
thing?
is that talking? Hold on. If that's MCToon, then we're gonna go to MCToon right after this. I think that was Lindsay talking. Lindsay looks like he's a MCToon fan. I bet you that is Lindsay. MXXD? Oh, yep. Oh,
Hey,
my
Dummy,
God.
how you
Oh,
doing?
hold on, weirdo. Yeah, no, all the weirdos just joined the Discord, guys. All right. It looks like it looks like we're about to go off the rails. Okay, we're about to go off the rails. Real quick though, let me finish with who was I just talking to?
You never
Nate
finish.
Foster.
Tim. Nope. Who was I just talking to? Foster.
Foster. Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish before we get to MCToon and
Yeah,
all these
one
weirdos
last
in the
thing.
chat.
One last thing. I appreciate the map stuff. I'm gonna look that up later.
No problem.
With like Antarctica, and have you heard of Commander Bird?
Yes.
What do you think about that stuff? He's like talking about like
Commander Bird.
terrestrial, like
Commander Bird.
underground civilizations, like different. I'm not 100%
I think it's
sure,
interesting.
but
No, I think it's interesting. You can't take one person's word for anything specifically, but if somebody that has physically traveled to these parts of the earth are giving us their personal experience, that is more valuable than any random person that hasn't been there trying to tell me I'm crazy for believing them. You feel me?
Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, cool. I shout out Foster. Foster, I appreciate you. All right, listen. All right, so we got to go to MCToon. All right, because if that's the real MCToon, then I'm feeling a little hungry. You know what I mean? Like I haven't been able to destroy somebody on McTwo's level since PhD Tony came up here the other day. So this is what I'm gonna do.
You've never destroyed anybody.
We're gonna go to
course.
MCToon, but before we go to MCToon, we're gonna go to my favorite mushmouth. What is he from? South America? I don't know where he's from.
Max.
MXXD.
It's Max. Go Max. Go Max. Go Max.
But before we do that, I'm gonna go refill my drink, use the restroom, and then I want to at least read one or two comments. All right. So MCToon, MXXD, I'm coming right to you guys next.
Is he live on his
All right.
channel?
I'm gonna go refill my drink, and then we're gonna have a good time. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. McToon, I got some questions for you, bro. You know what? I probably shouldn't even ask those questions now that I think about it. We'll see what happens. Listen, guys.
Yeah, go.
Give me a quick second. If you guys are in the back chat,
go refill your beverage
I can't hear
container.
anything you guys are saying. Just so you know, I can't hear anything you guys are saying. All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna come back and.
All right, he's gonna go cut a whiz and refill his beverage container at the same time.
And MXXD, you already know what's gonna happen, bro. When you come up here, I'm finna be roasting you. All right, this is what we do every time. You're gonna come up here, and I'm gonna roast your stupid ass for about 2-3 minutes, and then me and McToon are gonna see if we can have a civil conversation. All right. So if you're in the back chat, I'll be back in 5 minutes. If you're in the comments, I'll be back in like 2 minutes, and I'm gonna read a few of your comments, and then we're gonna go back to the calls. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. By the way, like the video if you don't mind, and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you so much.
Yeah, don't subscribe to him at all. Make sure you unsubscribe if you're watching his video on YouTube. Thank you for giving me the reins of your show, Ross. So Ross doesn't know anything about navigation. He made all these claims, and these flight books he's talking about, these emergency landings, all of them are incorrectly plotted for the globe. And they're from Banjo, and Banjo doesn't know how to do navigation. In order to do navigation for the globe, you got to use the globe. You don't use a Mercator map and draw a straight line on a Mercator map. You do a Great Circle route on the globe. That's a different route. And so what he's done in this emergency landing book thing is he's used the wrong navigation method and then said, oh, look, it doesn't match. Of course it doesn't match. You're using the wrong thing. But QF27, that's a tough one. That doesn't work on the Mercator, the Gleason projection.
Can you elaborate?
on how QF27 does not work on the Gleason projection?
Yeah,
Didn't know
I'm not
that
entirely sure what you
pilots
mean.
use the Gleason maps.
Nobody uses the Gleason map for navigation.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No, nobody does. All right, but yeah,
I just have to check. Are you the real MCToon?
I just checked. Yep, I am.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right.
Who is MCToon? Are you like a popular YouTuber or something?
He's a popular flat earther.
Not that popular, but not a flat earther either.
No, certainly well known enough to have a bunch of Simon Dan videos and I believe Dave McKeegan videos.
A bunch
debunking
of
him.
What? No. No, they don't. You don't know who I am.
You misunderstand things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody was asking for a confirmation.
Wait, are you a flat earther?
No, flat Earth is silly.
Okay.
Who are the flarefs
Are
here?
you the demonstrable realist?
Yes, I am. Who are the flarefs here? Squirrel? I take it you are.
I am most certainly not a flat earther.
Oh, well, who is?
So for you globers, can you explain why we're able to observe distances way beyond distances that should be observable from a sphere with a circumference of 24,000 miles?
Easy. That never happens. What happens is flat earthers don't know how to do the
Oh,
math.
I got a perfect rebuttal.
Jay Tolan Media.
Perfect rebuttal. So like y'all know how the Japanese had bombed Pearl Harbor? If the Earth was flat, don't y'all think America would have seen the missiles coming from a mile away?
It wasn't missiles.
They did an air raid. They didn't drop the
airplanes.
bombs until the airplanes were directly over.
Yeah, it
yes, we
wasn't
would have seen them.
missiles.
But even then,
They weren't missiles; they were planes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I mean, same. Okay, I got you. Made a slight mistake, my fault.
All right.
But
He makes a good point, though. I mean, you should be able to see forever, right? Like if the Earth was flat. I think that's what you're getting after, Ascendant, right?
Yeah, the radar would show the whole time.
You
Yeah.
can observe the Hudson Bay of Canada from over St. Louis, and it's recorded on video.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
actually, what Jay Tolan Media does is he completely misidentifies things, and there's lots of missing features between. So it'd be like, oh, here's a lake that's this particular lake. It's just a smudge on the video, and you're like, but wait a second, there's 5 lakes that would have to be between you and that other lake that are some of them bigger, or other features that we don't see, and he's not seeing them. So typically what he's just seeing is clouds, and he's calling them a lake when it's not.
You can look at the one where you're looking at Hudson Bay and then literally go to Google Earth and line up every single thing in the video with
No, you
actual geographic items.
No, that never happens.
I mean,
I
go for
think
yourself.
it's so silly.
If the Earth was flat, Pearl Harbor would not have happened.
I think it's so silly that some people suspect that he's just trolling flat earthers because it's so silly. But I don't know if that's the case. But I do have a cat here. Look at this. I've got Gazelle. Hello, Gazelle. She got fixed last Wednesday, and she's look at that. You can see her belly's a little. But
They
she's
can't
feeling
see you,
good.
Toon. Just so you know, but I know you're talking to your audience.
I'm talking on YouTube audience. So
Can you can you go back to the traveling you were talking
You know
about?
what I mean? Like
navigation?
my hands are starting to
Never
shake.
mind.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, ugh, I can't wait.
all right. So you want to talk about
All right, let's see.
the traveling? I think Ross is
All
back.
right,
He's,
MXXD.
Ross
Are you
is
up here
back.
to troll us, bro.
He's gonna monologue for 12 hours now.
MXXD.
All right, let me.
Are you
mute
up here
him
to
then.
troll us?
No, dummy.
Okay, what subject do you
Okay,
come up
I
here?
muted him
my
if
name
you
is
wanna
Max.
What subject do you come to
speak,
talk about?
or I don't know
What
if you
subject do you want to
listen
talk about?
this
Whatever you want.
I don't want to talk about nothing with you, bro. What are you talking about? You're a weirdo. I don't.
Because you're scared.
Yeah, I don't want to
Okay.
talk about nothing with you. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want to talk about
just
nothing with you, bro.
It's fine.
You're an absolute weirdo.
Yo, because you're scared. Okay.
Sure, yeah, I am scared, bro. You're a weirdo. I have no idea what you do in your personal life. I have no idea what type of shit you're into.
Why does that matter?
If I
I
check
came
your
here to
computer
talk about the
server,
shape of the earth,
if I check
dumbass.
your computer server, I have no idea what would be in there. I'm terrified, bro. You're a weirdo. Yes.
I
You're a
came here to
weirdo.
talk about the shape of the earth, not my personal life.
Hold on. You said you came up to talk about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, what shape do you believe the Earth is?
We know the Earth is a globe. We've measured.
Oh, you do? Okay, who measured the shape and the size of the entire Earth? Who did that?
Oh, you don't need to measure the entire Earth. You can measure.
You just said we measured it. You just said we measured it. Who measured it?
Oh, he's ruining his mic already.
Huh?
Every single surveyor in the world.
Name somebody. Name somebody who measured it. Come on.
The main surveyor.
Who?
The main surveyor.
The main surveyor. You see this guy? Lying. Like, you see? A waste of time. I knew you were going to be a waste of time. This is why I came to you before MCToon, bro. This is why I came to you before MCToon. I knew you were going to be a waste of time, bro. I know you don't know shit.
You know
shit about shit, do you?
Okay, here's the evidence getting posted in the chat.
What do you mean? You're posting it, bro. Just tell me who measured the entire shape and size of the Earth. You said we measured it. Who did it?
Ooh, there it is.
I already told you.
There.
You don't need to measure the entire thing. You need to you can measure sections.
Then why would you say we measured it if you don't need to measure the entire thing? Why would you say that?
Because you measured sections.
So if I measure a section of my face, that means I know the shape of my whole body?
That is not analogous.
Then why do you think you can measure one section of the Earth and know the entire shape?
I'm sorry.
Stupid. You're a stupid,
you're
stupid
agitated
asshole.
already, and
You're
I still.
a stupid asshole. That's why.
Oh, is that all you have?
The cocaine's kicking in, people.
What do you mean all I have? No, you're a stupid asshole.
He's not wealthy enough to do cocaine.
I don't have anything, bro. You're a stupid asshole.
Yeah, so what do you think he's on then, Max? If it's not cocaine.
Cocaine in the U.S., he's not
I can
wealthy.
understand you, bro. But I can understand you, bro. Do you speak English?
I speak perfect English, dumbass. Everyone understands me.
What'd you say?
I speak perfect English. Everyone understands me. You're
lethargic English. What is lethargic English? I don't understand what you're saying, bro.
I speak perfect English. You absolute dumbass.
Joe DeMars. No, Joe DeMars is an ex-basketball player. Bro. I'm not Joe DeMars. No, I'm not Joe DeMars, bro. I'm not Joe DeMars.
Max's English is better than yours, Ross.
What'd you say?
Max's English is better than yours.
Huh? What?
Oh boy.
Hey, Max, are you done, or is that it? Do you have more? Are you done?
Are you going to address the evidence that we measure the Earth as a curve?
Avoiding the evidence is how you concede he's right.
You just said we don't need to measure it.
I posted the evidence in the main chat.
I'm on the phone with you, bro. What are you talking about?
That is not my problem.
Yeah, he put it. He put it
I
in.
told you guys. This is why I can't hear first. I knew that. Yeah, he don't really have nothing to add. You know what I mean? Buddy's just mad because every time he's just mad because every single time I have a debate, right? He does the after show, and after I end up cooking whoever I'm debating, nobody can hear you, by the way, right? I can't hear you either. Every time after I get done cooking whoever I was cooking,
that's how he does it.
I would go to the after show and cook his ass. And one time, he was trying to get first and make jokes on me, and
he has everybody else muted to himself, so he can't hear the other people talking. You know, that's how he does it. That's how he thinks that he wins.
Hey, Ross,
got me in the background. I gotta mute you, okay? Matthew. Oh yes, Matt. Hey, Matt. Mute me in the background or put yourself on mute if you don't mind, real quick, bro.
Okay. Ross, can we present screen?
I can hear you, my brother.
Ross, does your tailor leave extra room in your pants for your
Can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah, I could hear you, Ross. I got myself on mute.
Oh my God, that is Hakeem.
Yo, can you hear me, Matt?
Yes, I can hear you, Ross. Can you hear me?
All right, cool. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. All right, give me a second, bro. I'm gonna come to you in a second. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna come to you in a second. I'm gonna let MXX finish, and then we're gonna go to MCToon real quick. All right.
My name is Max for like the fifth
all right,
time.
MXX. Go ahead, bro. Go. Give us your final words, bro. Go ahead. What you got for us? Huh?
You know my name is Max.
What'd you say, MX?
My fucking name is Max, you absolute moron.
Your name is what?
Oh my fucking God.
Max,
what's your name?
Do you want me to present the screen for your, your evidence, Max, and then he can address it?
My name is Max.
Your name is what?
Present it.
Oh my fucking God. Like, he can't be serious.
Just tell me when to press play.
Man, I couldn't hear him. He's trying to tell me his name, but he won't speak up. Why don't you speak up, MX?
My name
All right.
My name
My
is
favorite
Mac,
person in the whole
you
entire
moron.
world, besides PhD Tony, of course. Mick, mother effing McFlurry Toon. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm better than your microphone is. Woo.
Huh?
So, can you explain to us Schuler tuning in
Hold on,
navigation?
one second. McToon, this is not your show, all right? It's my show. We have order up here, okay? Are you up here to troll us, McToon, or is this the real McToon?
I heard you had a call-in show.
Huh?
Do your ears not work? You got some
Sir,
audio.
You go in and out. I have you on a Bluetooth speaker, so sometimes my Bluetooth speaker goes in and out.
All
Are
right.
you up here to troll us?
So you're gonna have to get your tech sorted here.
Well, I'm asking you a question. Are you up here to troll us?
No. Can you get your tech sorted so you can hear people talk to you?
No, but can I get a real no or a real yes? Are you going to troll us? Yes or no?
No. Can you get your tech sorted so we can have a conversation?
All right, what subject did you come up here to talk about, McToon?
To talk about you getting your microphone and speakers fixed so that you can hear me.
Oh, really? Well, I want to talk about why you made that furry video.
Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to hear me talk.
Well, I want to know why you made that furry video. Since you're so concerned about my tech, why'd you put that furry video out, McToon? I had nightmares for weeks after watching that shit. Somebody came up here and made me watch that, and I almost threw the hell up, McToon. I was like, I can't believe I did a debate with this person. Oh my God, I'm furry adjacent now. McToon, because of you, I am furry adjacent. Do you know what that's done to my personal life?
You're getting into furries now. Okay, go ahead, I guess.
Well, you're getting into my tech. I just want to ask you about why you made that furry video. And now I have to be associated with furries, McToon.
I can explain. I can explain.
Furries because of you.
I can explain.
Why is this?
I can explain. All right, so the reason why is because I was debating Mallory, who is a fan of furries, and so I made that video as a fun thing as the intro to that debate. So she's a flurf.
So
one of you, and she's into furries. So there you go.
So you're not into it at all.
No.
You just made that video ironically to make fun of somebody else.
It wasn't to make fun. It was in a fun way because Mallory and I get along just fine. We had a good laugh about it, and it was all a good fun for everybody.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Were you wearing any of those furry costumes in that video?
I was. You can see my face when I'm wearing the Bucky's feety pajamas. And I was standing in the Globe. That's a kind of it's at the state fair in Minnesota. That's where I was. So.
Okay, so you made it ironically for somebody else, but you're also into it? Are you into it, or did you just make it for somebody else? I'm confused.
I'm not into it, but you are now, so that's cool. Go ahead.
You're not into it,
no.
But you were making fun of somebody else. So
I wasn't making fun.
I wasn't. You just happened to get an outfit, happened to put it on, happened to make an entire video.
I think
you're happened to give me nightmares.
You're really confused about it. I wasn't wearing a furry costume. I was wearing a Bucky's. Do you know Bucky's? It's a gas station chain.
No idea what any of this shit is, McToon.
Okay, so
no idea what
Bucky's is a gas station
at all.
chain headquartered in Texas, and there's a lot of them in southern United States. And so when we go on road trips as a family, we tend to stop at them because they're the size of a small Walmart, and they have 200 to 300 gas pumps, and their prices tend to be good, and they have full bathrooms where you don't have to see the neighbor's feet.
It's like a deflection. I don't need to know about their bathrooms. I'm gonna be honest.
They're the best bathrooms on the road.
Bathrooms. Okay,
but anyway, so
good for you.
I was not wearing a furry costume. I was wearing feety pajamas.
I don't want.
So anyway, I don't know why you're so fixated on the furries, but you go ahead, you do you. I'm not into furries, but you can.
Why am I so fixated?
Yeah,
you put a whole video out about this.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm the one that's fixated. I'm fixated.
Yes. Okay, you are.
Okay, yeah. I'm so fixated. That's why I have outfits and made a whole video. Right?
You have outfits? You have furry outfits now? Okay.
Yeah, like you, because I'm fixated on it.
I don't have a whole video, but I don't
outfits.
have furry outfits. I just have
borrowed
feety
right.
pajamas.
Yeah, you just made a whole video about people in furry outfits that had you in it.
Yeah,
but you don't have any interest in it at all. It's okay.
Correct.
It's okay. Yeah.
What is
so?
this?
So is that why you guys so upset though? When Matt asked you that question before our debate? Is that why you were so upset because of the
no, because
that can happen there between those two things?
Oh, it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the false accusation that Matthew Hakeem made about
What did he accuse you of? He didn't say anything accusatory.
Oh yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He asked you a question and you got upset.
Oh yeah. He's Matthew Hakeem is big time into pedophilia, and it's one of his favorite topics.
McToon, you know I'm gonna have to get you out of here if you talk like that. So you want to cut our conversation short? That
well,
quick?
I mean, Matthew Hakeem is a big fan of pedophilia, and you can't get enough of it. So
hey, you see?
It's all he talks about. It's always on the front of his mind.
Did I tell you we're gonna have fun?
It's a topic he loves. He can't get enough of it. Yeah, it's something that
you got a little bit low right there.
He will never stop talking about for some reason.
Can you say that again, bro?
Yeah, it wasn't my mic. It's your garbage. It's your garbage Bluetooth for some reason. Matthew Hakeem is big time into pedophilia.
McToon, your mic is still low, bro.
He's probably like muting you on the
McToon, you're low. Help!
Yeah, I don't think anybody's having trouble hearing me other than you.
Oh, too bad. McToon, I think your mic went out there, bro. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean?
I wanted to hear what you had to say about
I don't know
navigation.
what happened to you, bro. It's all good. It's all good. You know what? Let's go right to Mike. Yeah. Let's go right to Matt. Actually, my brother Matt. Matt, what's going on?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hey, Ross, can I ask you a question?
Cut, please.
Okay. Can I use that clip of McToon in court?
Of him, you talking about him saying that you accuse him of stuff?
You can't afford to go to court, you broke ass bitch.
Watch. Let me mute Max is chiming in the background.
Ross,
I
don't hear
serious
that
question. Hey, Ross, serious question. Can I use that video in court when I file a lawsuit against McToon for that direct false accusation? Because you were right. I didn't accuse him of anything. I can prove that I just gave my opinion of a weird video that he did not make. I gave my opinion. This is what is factually accurate. So what will most likely happen is I don't know how much it'll cost to file a lawsuit, because I can do so without a lawyer. I can go pro se.
It costs $700.
Yeah. Ross, I've done pro se work before. Did you know that I've done pro? I've represented
I didn't know that.
multiple times. I've represented myself before.
All right, I'll drop my address.
When I gave my opinion,
I'll drop my address there. You can make sure you file it to that address.
That I was safe. I know
go.
that I'm legally safe by not accusing anybody of any acts.
All right, Hakeem. Hey, pedophile lover Hakeem. I put my address. I put my address in there so you can make sure you send it to that address.
For one, yeah, I want to use that video in court, right?
Chop, Hakeem. I put the address in there.
Your show's getting out there, right?
But I'm currently sharing the video.
That's why they're all calling in. Think about it. That's why they're all calling in trying to sabotage me now. You know what I mean?
So it's
they're looking at the numbers. They're like, we have to stop this.
Yeah, I think one of your videos had like 500,000 views.
That's
better than modern day debate. That's better than Andrew Wilson. That's like almost like Joe Rogan numbers,
I'm sorry. Did you guys not hear me? I'm currently showing the video that Hakeem accused Toon of.
I mean, we big humble. All right, we big humble over here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're not being humble. You're the last. Humble is never what you are.
I want to ask McToon, what proof does he have of those accusations he made against him? What evidence?
It's at the front of your mind all the time.
I don't associate with kids. I don't work with kids at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not even giving him the opportunity to answer that because we're already kind of out of bounds with the convo. And you already know, like, for him to
make sure you censor me.
Yeah, he's into that.
Make sure you censor me.
He's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just gonna come up here with a bunch of lying, trying to say shit.
All you can do is censor. All you have is
say
censoring.
on your show that I'm not into those disgusting things.
Of course you are. You can't stop thinking about it. That's the only thing you think of. All the time you think about it.
Not that I think McToon is guilty of those things.
All right. They clearly have me muted on their side. Neither of them can hear me talk. So there's no point in trying to talk to people like that. They are aggressive in censorship. But you can see what they. So if you don't know what happened, there's a video where somebody is a father and his son are working together, doing a project together to do a rainbow inside the garage. It's pretty cool. And Hakeem and others have made an accusation that that kid is chained in a basement because they've only seen a little portion of it, and then throwing that accusation on me, and I had nothing to do with that video. So, pretty disgusting. And so when Hakeem and Ross were to be partnered with me on Modern Day Debate, before the debate started, Hakeem brought up that video and made an accusation about me about that child, which I don't even know whose it is. So anyway, that is like peak Flurf right there. He can't hear because his Bluetooth isn't working. He won't fix his Bluetooth, and so he doesn't want to have a conversation. He only wants to have a monologue with other people being held hostage to his monologue. It's the worst kind of way that you can engage with somebody in a debate, is just talking over people. And he is top 3 talking over people. He's probably the top of talking over people. Because he doesn't even listen. He doesn't care that his Bluetooth didn't work. So anyway, no point in you can't have a conversation when they have blocked you from even hearing. So yeah. Anyway, you get to keep him, flat earthers. If he ever wants out, nope, he's got to stay a flat earther. So. Small Duck says, someone always discussing and accusing others of CSA is not by definition into the topic of CSA. I know. I was definitely pressing his button there. But it is troubling. This is what's really concerning. There's a group of people that are constantly accusing others of that with no evidence at all. Why is it that it's always on their mind? They can't stop thinking about it. They can't stop accusing other people of it. Right? I don't know what the mental condition is, what type of disorder that is. But it certainly is not a normal thing to just falsely accuse people of that all the time. So, did you see Hakeem debate Destiny? I can hardly stand watching him participate in debates. He is so dumb. It is painful how dumb Matthew Hakeem is. He's just like, all Flurfs are dumb, but on the spectrum of dumb, he's on the far end of the dumb side of the spectrum. So, oh yeah, it's called projection. Yeah, you're right. Right. Okay. Oh yeah, and there is, and Peter Markley, thank you for that. Peter Markley I'm going to pin that for people. Right there. Pin. So there you can go look. I think Peter probably put a good amount of work into that article on the Flurf Wiki, if you want to go have a look at that. So yeah, it's such, and they don't care. Like back in the like 2020, 2021, there were groups of people. It's the QAnon stuff, right? There are groups of people that were claiming that there were massive underground cities full of kids, and that they were being grown there for harvesting. Literally, they would claim that. And then they're like, oh, there's a battle happening underground right now between these two different groups, and now they're going to be let out in mass, in millions of them or thousands of them, through a tunnel that exits in Central Park, New York. And nothing happens. And do they say, oh, well, I guess all that was crap? Nope, they just keep on going. So, oh. He can't hear because it's a power play to make you look silly repeating yourself. Yes, I was suspecting that. you know, when that's how you have to participate in order to debate, it's obvious that you don't have evidence, right? And a silly thing like when Max is like, here the main surveyor measured the Earth, and Ross is like, did he measure the entire Earth? No, you don't need to measure the entire Earth, right? Ross claims that the Earth is flat, having never measured the entire flat Earth, having no measurements, in fact. How does he get that, right? It's that dual standard, which is the third law of Flerf, the dual standard, where he won't accept evidence from Max because because he didn't measure the entire Earth, but he will accept evidence that supports himself, even though there isn't even a single measurement. Alyssum says, being accused of being a document file is just the mark Flurfs love to give out when they know they cannot argue against your evidence. That's 100%, right? It's just a signal to the other people in their community in the end that they don't have anything. All right, it's a signal to them that they're like communicating to each other, right? And yes, of course, they don't have anything. If they had anything, they would go for the evidence. That if it's supposed to be about evidence, why wouldn't you just go for evidence? And if somebody's like, send me the measurements, and you send them the measurements, why wouldn't you look at the measurements? Because for him, it's just a power play, has nothing to do with evidence, has nothing to do with an honest debate. All right, who is this? How dare you? How dare you is in here. Let me look here. Getting timed out. I like to make sure that people getting deleted and timed out aren't. Oh yeah, good job. How dare you? Obviously, how dare you has no evidence for flat Earth, and so is talking about things unrelated to flat Earth as just an attempt. So good job. How dare you? We identify that you have successfully lost the debate. So, yeah, that Sarah, whatever, was in there. I can't imagine being. That's why I was hesitant to go in. Obviously, you saw that how much of a dumpster that is, and that's all that he ever does. It's all he ever does. So, you guys go in there if you want. It's pointless being in there. I think so. Anyway, I if anybody does want to participate, tell you what, I could go to Zoom, or not to Discord, if you wanted. Real Harnold says, if they were seriously concerned about such a serious accusation, they would take it to the authorities. But it's just a horrific way to sling mud. Yeah, because that's always the correct method, the correct action. If you actually have information that somebody's doing that, go to law enforcement as fast as you can. If you have evidence and you go to social media for it, then that can actually hamper any investigation that could happen. If you don't have evidence for it and you make that accusation, you are disgusting, because you're taking real pain and suffering from people and weaponizing it. Those people are the worst people in society. So, Kuiper says he sounds like he's going to have a stroke. Yeah, that's Ross. I can't I don't know how his body can handle that. And I tried D1 Stewart to ask him about Schuler tuning. His selective hearing failed, so he couldn't hear it. All right, tell you what, I'll go to my Discord server. Let's do that. I'm going to jump into my Discord server, and maybe we can, it's easier because you don't have to, Zoom is nice, but it's a little more heavyweight. Let's see. Where is there it is. General. All right. There you go. I'm in there. We got Brenda already. We got Lindsay, Icy Spin, Robert Silver. Man, you guys are flowing in. Nice. All right. Just a second. I'm going to do something here. All right. How you guys doing in there?
Testing my mic. I would hate to have a terrible mic.
Yeah, your mic works, and I don't have Bluetooth. I have wired earbuds, so I can hear you just fine. It's amazing.
Yeah. I talked to Ross a few days ago, and you saw that, and I kind of think I at first thought he's gotten severely ill, but I think it's just, I don't know what it's the perennial question is, are they crazy, or is he just incredibly desperate?
Well, I think it's both, right? Ross clearly is not a successful man and in life, and this is the case for many of them. Marginalized people, not smart either, right? So they grew up where they didn't have a social group that was the smart kids, and they didn't have a social group that was whatever, right? But now here they are as an adult, and they're still marginalized. They weren't smart enough. They didn't take, STEM courses. They don't have some sort of a technical program or a white collar job. They tend to often have struggle with employment and struggle with social interactions. So then they find flat earth and they're like, oh, I have secret knowledge. And they just love that. So,
well, also he can get huge views on YouTube.
Yeah, 500,000.
By acting that way.
Yeah.
And it just encourages it, whether he's ill, mentally ill, or simply, acting out in desperation. It's being encouraged, and that's not good.
Well, and this goes to my point earlier about Facebook, and other platforms, TikTok, even YouTube, where they encourage misinformation. I don't think YouTube does as much, because it brings engagement, and that's what they need in order to sell. And so with when Facebook was kind of the king, well, they didn't need to worry about that. But then, times change. TikTok has pulled people away, and other things have pulled people away from Facebook. So then they're like, oh, well, we need to get our revenues back up. What do we do? Well, find the things that maximize engagement, and let's lean into them. And well, misinformation is exactly that. So
say Toon.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking. So did you watch the Prezi by Shane St. Pierre and Alan?
I did not. The Blob Bros. I did not.
It's a brand new model.
Yeah.
Just happens to use all spherical trigonometry.
On Monday, they admitted so many times that the Earth is a globe. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. So I've looked at, actually, I when they first published it, I downloaded the repository from Git and looked at it, and they use VSOP 87, which is an ephemeris of the positions of the planets in the solar system at 150 million kilometer away sun from the Earth. DE 405 is another ephemeris of the solar system, and these solar system ephemerides model the positions of the planets by applying gravity over time. So using them, right? So they use them, and then they don't use a globe of a radius 6,371. They use a globe of radius 1 unit. It's called a unit sphere. And so there's no concrete distances on it, but it doesn't matter. It's still a sphere. And they map the ephemeris around that. So when you've got the globe, right? Got the globe, and then then they figure out, well, where is Jupiter in relation to this? And it's over there. Using the globe, Jupiter's this way at this moment in time, or the sun is this way at this moment in time, right? And then they take the globe, and then they just do a warping, a projection to flat Earth, and they're like, that's how it works. But that's not how it works. A model includes how things work. How does light on this model, right? How does light from the sun far away get to here? Well, it travels in a nearly straight path. And when it's not straight, here's what causes the path to not be straight. Right? And there's causal mechanisms for it. But why with their the model that they have with the light from the sun, which is over some elevation over the flatness, why would there ever be any portion of the surface of the Earth that can't see it? Well, the light bends for unknown reasons. So it's not actually a model, because a model includes mechanisms like that.
Does it have the Haversine formula in there?
I don't know if they compute distances across the surface, right? That's not what they're trying to do with that particular model. They did use Haversine in the other thing, their celestial theodolite, which of course is a confirmation or an admission that the Earth is a globe. If they were,
You're right.
If they're going to propose that the Earth is flat, they'd have to use a flat distance.
I can't remember what their derp was about that, but that's what I heard them arguing about on X the other day. I got kicked out of Flat Earth Fridays or something.
Yeah, their claim is, well, it works, therefore we get to use it. Like, no, it works.
Somebody in there was pressing them on it, and I think they said instead of 2 points on a sphere, it was supposed to be the equidistant visual limit derp.
Yeah, that's another
sense,
it's another lie that they put together. It's so they can deceive people. And Alan and Shame know what they're doing. They're starting with the globe and they're forcing it onto a projection. I think both of them, like I said, they've been marginalized. They've been nothing in life, and now they're getting clout in this community by misinforming people. And all the motivations.
They both know.
Yeah,
they both are Globers. Yeah,
they fool themselves, right? It's a lot of self-delusion too.
Fair.
The fact that they start with the globe and then work to a projection tells me that they are intentionally doing it and that they know.
There is a video when Toon first met Shane St. Pierre and his friend and had a long talk with them where Toon explained a lot of the globe position. Shane's friend dropped flat Earth, but Shane clearly understood what was being told to him, and he chose instead to promote flat Earth.
You want to know something funny about the model, the new one? It also has the dual pole, because why not?
Yeah, so
but they were
tripole,
complaining.
you can convert it.
They were laughing at Awake Souls and RJ claiming that you Pac-Man from one side to the other. Then why include that in the model at all? It was an amazing presentation.
Well, the dual pole.
RJ is severely disabled, mentally disabled.
RJ, or is this who's RJ?
RJ. You think RJ the artist?
No, RJ the Awake Souls partner.
You're thinking of RG the artist. But it's
sorry.
The hair
Ronnie.
dudes.
Yeah.
The
Ronnie and
illustrious
Jason.
main dudes.
Yeah, Ronnie and Jason.
Oh, the Pac-Man players.
Sorry about that.
So when first of all, the dual pole doesn't have Pac-Man on the sun, because what they do is they take the globe and then they project it, and then they take the GP of the sun. And the GP of the sun on that projection, except on the day, well, even on the day of the equinox, it follows the lines of the path, and that the entire path of the Earth is on there, and it's all warped around it. And so there is no unless the point of the point that the sun crosses the ecliptic was right on the equator on the edge at 90 degrees. Is it 90, 180? Not sure. Probably 180. Yeah, right on the international date line. Every day except for when that happens, that would be the one exception. But that generally doesn't happen because generally the sun crosses the equator at some point along it. It's not exactly right at the international date line. So it actually then, it makes this big figure 8 loop. So half of the year it's making a loop over the north half pi, I don't know. And then it crosses the equator and then it does loops around the southern portion of it. And it's going in the opposite directions. Never mind that. It never Pac-Mans. So you need to, for the Pac-Manning, you need Ronnie and Jason's or Arwen or Daznez.
You want to see what Shame said about when Geo asked him which one of the models of all the ones he supplied does he think is closest to reality?
Sure.
I don't remember what he said, but it was probably good. Let's see here. I'm presenting.
I see it.
Cool.
I see it. Yep.
Press play.
I don't hear it.
No sound.
Don't hear it. Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on a second. I got to do this.
Okay.
I forgot I have my audio set up a weird way.
Sounds like a Bluetooth problem, man.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Why is your
should hear it.
Bluetooth so sketchy?
Tell me if you can hear it now.
I thought that it was
Yep.
kind of interesting that we can get like a combination of them. So like,
In that model, like the 4 main projections, which one would you say is closest to the truth?
so I thought that it was kind of interesting that we can get like a combination of them. So like, for like continent proximity, you can look at the A map, and then specific observations where unified directions are needed. The dual pole map works like for 24-hour sun. It works for Southern Cross observations. It works
No, it
for
doesn't.
like we made a demo for the Southern observation, and the dual pole all points, in the God mode to the right direction. So that answers like
No,
those
it
two
doesn't.
things. It works for 24-hour sun. It has its own issues. I think I like both of those. I think I like certain aspects of the dual pole for sure.
Yeah.
But like, is one real? I don't know, man. I think that the real is probably a combination of all of them. As gay as that sounds.
It's so
Just conceptual models, Jeremy.
so dumb.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think that he has a little giggle? Do you think that's a tell?
Oh,
when he's
It's a cope
lying?
laugh. Yeah,
yeah.
most definitely.
You can't have multiple orientations of the surface of the Earth. There's only one, right? And they're saying projection. As soon as it's a projection, it's not a 1 to X scale, right? So which is the map that is the correct map of reality? Whichever one is not a projection. There's
Right.
only, and so they're like the Highlander. There can be only one. This is it. This is the only one that's not a projection, where the distances were.
I like when they have to remind people that models aren't reality when they're really coping. It reminds me of the scene from Zoolander where he's like freaking out about the small model. Like,
Yeah.
this is like an institute for ants.
They have to be at least 3 times as big.
Well, for genuine flat earthers, that is really, they really can't get that though. They don't get it. The Zoolander is accurate for flat earthers. They can't understand scale.
They can't understand. You said too much, Brenda.
Yeah, you know. Okay. Astrocate says Ross must go through at least 2 or 3 microphones per week. Poor guy. Wait, no, he's a jerk. He is a jerk.
By the way, Kate is an absolute hero of mine, and she showed a mic over IP today how to hack Rogers or somebody's Mikey's. He hacked Mikey's webpage.
Mikey has a web page.
His
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we hacked it.
It was all above board. You know, we used an OAuth 2 and generated a token, and no, we didn't do it.
Was it just
it was fun
editing the HTML and then
Astrocate threw together some sort of script that kind of helped him do it without having to open dev tools and stuff.
Oh,
it was kind of fun.
Yeah,
No, it was a backdoor injection that into the HTML server level injection molded specifically for Mikey.
for his
Yeah, bet your bottom dollar that his real YouTube channel has changed to everything Mike did at this very moment.
Absolutely.
Oh, Kate says you edited HTML. All right, thank you, Kate. I was I was not thinking that Caitlin was showing how to leverage a 0 day against YouTube, because that would be quite a valuable thing.
I was bullshitting you.
Okay.
I was bullshitting.
I missed it. You got me.
Brenda 1, Toon 0.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there's
Ross pretending he didn't hear us was a huge win. Like he did the same thing for both of us because he was about to get destroyed. It was funny.
Isn't that just so Ross too?
Oh yeah, you don't win debates by that. You win debates by having evidence on your side, and he doesn't have any, so he knows that he can't win.
Yep, he's got to shake the floors and disorient people to try and find his end. Weird.
Well, he's redefined winning. For him, winning is I need all the attention. All the attention.
Oh my gosh,
that's winning for him.
Yep, that's accurate. I forgot, man. He took a hiatus. I threw you right into the wolf's den, obviously, and that was a bad call.
None of the hiatus helped him not be a horrible person.
Not at all.
Nope.
Man, he came back worse, I think, actually.
I think that's the general path that they take.
I'd pay $7 to see his internet history for the last 2 months.
Oh my gosh. You'd pay all that much, all of $7.
I mean, it's not much. I'd crowdfund it, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't let me talk because I called Shane a moron, so they muted me. But I had a question, and Spin was able to ask it for me. And I asked where is the geographic South Pole? And needless to say, they started off saying, that's a good question, but they didn't really have an answer for it.
Oh yeah.
And then another guy in the community, Garris, he might be in here tonight. He had a question about where the what produces the darkness on the flat Earth.
I saw that
because the sun is so obvious. Yeah, and then you know what they did is you saw it. Well, they sprouted a tree in the middle of. I thought it was actually kind of funny, and Max had a good reaction, but yeah, they have nothing. So they do this thing, and it's pretty obvious between them. There's a guy named No Tanks that does it pretty well too. If you pay attention to him when you're on Discord, but once they realize that they don't really have anywhere to run, they're a little bit good. They're a little bit better at the average bear at getting ahead of it and just pulling the comedy card. Like they'll pull the comedy card out of their wallet and say, "I'm just going to pretend that we're in this together and we're just going to laugh along about this and pretend that this was never serious." And so that's where the cope laughs start to come in. But then they will start sprouting trees. No Tanks will start going into meta and pretending that he's best friends and that your moms used to hang out in Little League when you guys played baseball. Like stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's really weird. And it's like, dude, we were like arguing and you're just pretending we weren't. But they sort of do that too.
I was going to say to Toon, Spin, can you tell them what you said when you asked about the 24-hour sun? They said something about where you're looking north, but you're seeing south. I don't remember how their answer was.
Yeah.
Spin.
Yeah, no, I asked them, I said, when the sun is due south in Antarctica, where does it appear in this model that clearly contains everything? And they showed a graphic and I couldn't process it because of the stupid, obviously. I mean, people can empathize. So it took me a little bit and I came to, I passed out on the floor for about 15 minutes. woke up and I said, "What just happened?" I asked Robert, I asked Max. They kind of filled me in on what the deal was, and I came back to my senses. And I said, "Oh yeah, like, excuse me, did you say that you have to look back towards the North Pole to look south?" And they said yes. So that is the
it's
confirmed
magic. It's magic
direction.
bendy light.
Yeah, because their new cope deflection is that the model shows you stuff in quote unquote God mode, and that is different than what you see in reality. So in the south, when you're looking at the 24-hour sun south of you, you're in reality looking north.
I mean, at what point do
Lovely.
we call a troll a troll? Like they're calling it God mode, right? Like,
Yeah.
what? It's not serious. They're not being serious.
That's
right?
what that. Looking at this is God mode, then, right? Yep. I
Yeah,
suppose.
but they'll buy it.
Well, yeah,
Let
that's
people-
the thing. They're just trying to get clout in this community. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they're going to get from it is clout. And right, these are people that were marginalized for all of their life and now have found that they can get clout. So,
yep.
Well, I heard
That's
Witsit
weird.
was getting clout via like $10,000 offers to run a minute advertisement at the beginning of the streams.
My goodness.
That was cute.
I have that. Hold on. Did you post that one? Yeah, here
Yeah,
it
I've
is.
got it.
Okay.
I can-
Or no, I got it. I got it right
Okay,
here.
you got
Here
it.
we go.
Way less, like percentage viewers, way lower. Like I bet you guys didn't know this, but like I'm in one of the top percentiles of viewer retention, and viewer duration in YouTube. So obviously, like my channel's been super censored and shadow banned and all that. But like when people are on my channel, they stay there like very long periods of time, and I retain the viewer at a very high percentage, way above like the typical benchmarks. And this is why people would still reach out to me for sponsorship deals, and I would turn them down. People talking about like grift and all this. Like, I turned down $10,000 to play a video game ad, a 60-second video game ad. Like I remember like 7 or 8 times or something. Is to grow your content uncensored.
So yeah, he's claiming that he's got an offer to play a video game for for a minute to get $10,000. But I get these all the time. I have filtered them out, but so I don't see a lot of them anymore. But they troll YouTube channels. They get the email addresses from YouTube channels and send them messages to try to get them to do things. And so many of them are fake. And every once in a while, for fun, I'll look into them. But they're actually pretty good at not letting you waste their time. So you can't get too far.
All you have to do is look at the domain, right? Like, and that's easy. Just
it's like, this is a common one is that I got for a while was Rode R0DE. It's not a zero. It's the other. It's the O/.
The microphone brand.
The microphone
right?
brand. Yeah. And so I'd get emails all the time claiming to be the advertising director for Rode and that they want to sponsor me advertising their stuff. But the domain name isn't their domain name. Why would their marketing person that's an employee of that company not be sending you an email from that domain? Of course, it's fake. I get them all the time. And Austin thought that he was something special because he's got them. And so this is the thing. He got offered $10,000. He's broke. The guy's broke as can be. Why wouldn't he do that? Of course he would do that.
Because video games are evil, he said. Back in, I think you have a clip of it back in 2025. He said video games are evil. They desensitize people from reality.
Yeah. I think Icy Spin was playing that also.
I found that someone submitted it. Dream. Oh, it was Dream Eskimo. He's in here. You're the one that dropped it earlier. This morning. That was January 2025.
Yeah, you posted that, and he's like a broken record.
Did
so
I?
I had to. You posted the first one, and then
that
was like a recent thing. I can tell by his he's been looks maxing or whatever, And so I searched 10,000, and because I posted a similar clip over a year ago. It was like right after TFE said the same exact thing. So it's just, yeah, it's a broken record script.
Yeah, I'll copy them. I can't figure out how to send it, and I'm gonna put the message link right here in the chat. I don't know if you want to show it to him, but it's literally the same thing, and he said it a year and a half ago. That actually baffled me because you know, you hate to see people live for more than a year and a half.
Where are you posting it?
I sent it right here in the general chat, side chat.
The main
on Discord, like in the voice. I can put it in general.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking. What am I looking at here?
Either
Yeah, there
one.
it is. Okay, yeah.
It'll take you to the
All right.
thread from earlier.
Okay, so the reality is that I have turned down tons of sponsorships. Example, someone reached out to me and a company reached out to me and offered me $10,000 to play a 1-minute ad promoting a video game. But I don't like video games. I think the video games are bad. I literally don't like them. I think they desensitize people from reality, blah, blah, blah. I went and looked at the video game. It's like POV of some cat. You walk through these cities. It's a PS5 exclusive game. It's like a really popular game now.
Yeah, awesome. I got that same ad. I got the same one. Right? I don't even look at them anymore. I just see them like, delete. If they get through, right? Most of them don't make it through the spam filter. So
likely just look at the sub count, right? Like they don't care about what you promote or
no, yeah,
like these guys, yeah.
It has nothing to do, and he was bragging about, well, I get a high retention rate. Like none of that stuff is visible to anybody outside of YouTube. Right? That's a thing. The retention rate is analytics that the YouTube dashboard lets you look at for yourself, but you can't see other people.
Right.
He's got to produce those numbers to substantiate his positive claim there, I think.
Oh, yeah, that is one of the things he says. Also, he said this.
Can we at least just be real for a second and can we just admit that, like, white people with blue eyes are the prettiest eyes by far? It's not even close. Like, do we all agree that blue eyes are the prettiest eyes?
So bad.
They are. They are. I don't know. Like black eyes are just so not aesthetically pleasing to me. Okay.
What a dumbass. It's pure subjectivity. Beauty is 100% subjective. I love black eyes. I love green eyes. I don't like blue eyes that much.
Just so you know, people.
I actually have the manual.
Just a
and
sec.
I translated it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My eyes are blue. So Austin, I don't give you permission to longingly stare into my eyes. Just saying.
But it's funny.
Everything Austin said can be boiled down. Yeah, it can be boiled down to the Aryan race is the superior race. That's what he said.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so he thinks, this comes from Dustin Nemos. He thinks that the original Jews, which is the chosen ones, are not today's modern Jews. That the chosen ones, the original Jews, moved into Europe and are white. So Austin, for example, is one of them. And that the current Jews, he says, this is from Dustin Nemos, and Austin has copied some of this and stated some of these things, but not as clearly as Dustin.
What? Wait. Gingers aren't white. They're not even human.
It's even worse than that, because according to him, the Nephilim, which were the offspring of fallen angels and humans, are 6-fingered giants with red hair that now don't have 6 fingers anymore, and they're not giants, and they're not even giant, they're now short. According to him, they are the modern day Jews, the Nephilim. That's according to him. So gingers, which I don't know. I'm colorblind, so I guess I can't say, but are modern day Jews generally gingers?
I mean, when it comes to my thoughts are initially as brown haired, brown eyed, or brown haired, green eyed would be my initial thought.
So it's a bit of a stretch to like where did any of this come through? It's all just invented nonsense. But he believes it because he wants himself to be the chosen one and wants. It's just not even what the Bible's about. But
I've been involved in some of those debates and heard both of those guys. The modern neo-Nazi actually hates both of those guys largely because they think they make them look bad.
It's always funny. They're controlled opposition. They make them look bad. Like, no, sorry guys, you don't need help looking bad. You do it on your own.
Well, there's ethics and then there's derp. You know, I mean, they can't even explain a sunset.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be surprised to learn that just a slight diversion, but Mike over at TDDS covered Vlad. He's getting back into the Monty map. It's the real flat Earth map, and he is serious about it.
So the Monty map, by the way, is an azimuthal equidistant projection from the globe. It's described in the Monty map as being that. So it's essentially the same as the Gleason map. The positions aren't quite as good because cartography wasn't as good at the time. And then map makers liked to add things. They had these big areas that they didn't know was in there. And so they just add things like monsters, mermaids and sea
big
monsters.
Boobies. Big boobies. They added big boobies.
Well, yeah. I mean, who's their target market? Lonely sailors. Hey, that's good sells. And they're like, oh, there's Mount Meru in the middle. Like, you can go there. There's an annual marathon there as well. And you don't even need that. There are flights that go almost perfectly over the North Pole. So you can fly them and see if there's any mountains. There aren't.
Yeah, I posted the Dave Rumsey has a really good site for old maps and high quality SVG. I encoded it in a tiny URL, but that's the map that I call it Flower Earth with a EAR hard.
Oh, hold on. Did you post that?
Yeah, tinyurl.com/Vlad's Monty map. And I spelled Monty incorrectly. Whatever.
I'm just looking at the general chat.
Oh, I posted it in your live chat over in
on YouTube. Okay.
For the gang.
So Sig says Boston Bear is paying his child support instead of his mortgage. Is Boston Bear actually, is that true? I'd need a little more info on that.
I think that's Run Boston Bear, yeah.
Yeah, Run
his main guy.
Run Boston Bear has been a big time financial supporter of Witsbit for quite a while and
huge benefactor.
Yeah, and I suspect that over the last about year that Run Boston Bear has helped him financially quite a bit because of all the financial problems that Austin has had. But I don't know if RBB is having trouble paying his own mortgage because he's been paying Austin for stuff. But this is what is fascinating. Austin claims to have spent $20,000 to $30,000. The number changes over, depending on what part of the conversation, to child support, or maybe it's just money that he spent so that he can see the kids, or maybe it's like the story is fluid. And one of the things when I listened to it again yesterday, he claims that he's like, oh, I had a show that I was going to fly to, but then he had to cancel it last minute because he had to watch the kids. I don't know. This must have been when they were still in Florida, or when he was in Florida and she was somewhere else. I don't know. Don't know exactly where. And he had to cancel this trip, this 2,000. He was going to, and I heard when he said it in my head, I'm like, he was going to get paid $2,000 to appear in a podcast, but no, that's not correct. Listening to it later, on, he made it clear that he was paying $2,000 for the plane tickets. And then he had to cancel that flight and did not get and lost the entire $2,000. Now, I've never had to cancel a flight, so I don't know if that's the case where you get nothing back. I don't know. Maybe he got some back and he's being a little dramatic. Maybe all of it was lost. I don't know. But when I first heard, I'm like, hold on a second. He lost $2,000, but no, he wasn't going to get paid. He was paying $2,000 to go onto a podcast for clout. That's what he was trying to do.
Seems like a high price for a ticket too.
$2,000 for round trip flight tickets in the U.S. I think. Maybe it's not in the U.S. But yeah, that's pretty steep. Pretty steep pricing. Like I don't know. Maybe.
Well, what's his credibility with anything, let alone finances? I mean, remember, what is it? I lost money on the TFE trip. Get out of here, dude. We know what we did audit,
Yeah.
So dumb.
Here's the Monty map showing
Oh yeah, I was looking
Uruguay.
at Uruguay. It's all messed up. Like it's missing the Uruguay River. It's that is all wrong.
Yeah. It's they hadn't done cartography over here. So that a lot of it is just really rough cartography.
We do have owls though. There's
All right.
an owl there at the bottom.
Oh,
we do have those.
Is it kind of notable that you have owls there, or is that just something they put in?
No, I mean their owls are everywhere pretty much.
By the way, I didn't realize this until I was making a song for this stupid ass map, and it's 60 pages of the Monty map. It's like a collection of 60 pages of things that Vlad immediately believes without question, obviously.
Oh yeah,
but it's just a pile of papers. Apparently, I didn't realize it.
Oh, the actual map it's really big.
There's a lot of like I don't know if it hones in on every corner, because by the way, if you were to and I've decoded all of the corners of this map, it's written in Italian, but it talks about the distances to satellites like the moon and the sun, etc., and how they're very far away, and how it's a projection of the globe and this and that, and they just ignore that because it's written in a different language. Easy to ignore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's all here in plain English. I actually confronted, I say it, I put him to task, I guess, of Santero, who is his Italian translator that was on his stream a little while back. I don't know how I made it on there, but and I questioned him about it, and he melted into a pile on the floor because he translated I don't know, a few months ago, and I'm like, if I ever cross paths with Santero, like I'm gonna be like, dude, you translated this, and you guys just skimmed past all the best parts, and just pretended like you didn't say anything. He said it's like 200,000 miles away. It's like it's a projection of the globe. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to say that. Like, let's forget about that. And so I asked him about it, and he changed the subject. I can't remember exactly where he went, but yeah, he ran, and it was stupid. They do that, they have nothing, so they run or they insult, right?
Yeah. Or overtalk.
Or overtalk.
Overtalk's a good one.
Or pretend they can't hear you.
My gosh. Like, it's so silly. Does he actually think that he's winning a debate by doing that? No, he can't actually think that.
Not a chance.
Larry
Spin, post the screenshot to the general chat of his claim of being undefeated. Do you have it handy?
Oh my god.
While you do that, Larry Scott says the Austin and Kai show last week was like Maury Povich, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard rematch. Oh, it was for sure. Oh, here we go. Robert Silverman. Is this the one from
This is the AI voiceover.
So all right, so this is QOp's voiceover.
I found your direct messages with Quap. Are you leaving me for him?
Yes, I am.
But why?
Well, he was the guy who exposed VapeGate. He exposed Geo and Riggs, and he recently debunked Alan and Shane's celestial theodolite method, which you can check out on his YouTube channel at KikoPip. And he's really hot.
Kiko Pip.
Kiko Pip.
I love that. I love that. QOp.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
QOp couldn't like phonetically spell it out. He just typed it in, right? Which is QIQOPIP, I think. Like, because it's mirrored left and right. Like, oh my gosh. But that's pretty funny.
All right, I got.
I tend to agree with you, Toon, about not being fully comfortable with everything that happened. And there were some cringe parts there but the other parts were just amazing, So it is, but yeah, it did kind of go into creepy territory.
Yeah, somebody had mentioned maybe I could mirror, upload just the first part before Witsit came on.
Yeah, parts of it.
Or before Kai came on. I don't know. Maybe that would be okay.
In the end of the day, it wasn't anything that we did. Austin came on there and he brought it all on himself.
Oh yeah, we weren't making a deal of his kids at all. And he comes on, he's like, "You're just talking about our kids." Like, we weren't. We didn't mention your kids other than to read one. It was 2 words. We're at child support, and that Kai had mentioned that he was behind. That was it. We didn't even have that after that. I'm like, were we discussing that? We weren't.
No, it was all over.
Kai just destroyed him, though. I mean, she just hammered him.
I will say this though, I don't want to touch on it too much, but I do think that Austin's got his what do we call it again, Toon? The flock or the herd or
the derpaflurfs.
The derpaflurfs, yeah. The what do they call it? The miswits.
Miswits.
He's got the miswits on his side, right? So, and they see it differently, Brenda. I'm going to tell you right now that the people that back Austin, I know as the fact that I'm sitting here in front of a computer screen talking to you right now, that they back him, and they're like the ride or die Austin fans. And so, with that being said, I think that he does spend a great deal of time really working that angle and making sure that he gets his jabs in and tries to play the victim in certain cases. But
I understand, but I saw Kai as it. She impressed me. Right.
What I would say is I think it was a bad idea for both of them. It would have boded well for them in any future dealings with one another, for whatever the case may be, for them to completely remove themselves from the situation, never get involved. For example, Austin coming on, bad idea. But him having come on, her coming on subsequently, bad idea also. Like, they should have both done better and just avoided it. It would have boded well for them. And
all that Austin needed to do was exactly what he did in Antarctica. Nothing.
Just pretend to be luggage. Yeah, it would have been simple.
And he failed. He failed at that.
He's so indignant of the problems he makes for himself. It's like, dude, people hate your guts, and you keep posting on the internet. How about you knock it off?
Yeah.
So I hope everyone gave him. I don't want to say gave him advice. There was some that was unnecessary, but like, hopefully he doesn't do anything like that again. I think that, I mean, we can. It's just not good. It's not good for anybody.
The ego of that kind of people, the narcissist tendency kind of people, like he admitted he has. They will get it every time.
Yeah.
They can't avoid it.
And to reiterate, this wasn't about the things that he said it was about. And so when he started whining about it, he came into the Discord server, and I was just like, well, my stance has always been, if I'm covering somebody, I want to give them an opportunity to respond when they're being covered. And so I'm like, well, it's fair that he gets a chance to respond. So that's why
He busted out some of his. He busted out some of his classic lines, like, "Okay, now what actually happened?" Yeah, pithy little turncoats.
Like how are we to know this? You didn't back it with anything other than your word, and your word is useless.
The reality is,
yeah. The Sun Express says collective noun for Witspit fans: a spit mist of flurfs. Oh, that's so good.
That's good.
That's so good.
He had a chance to go ahead, Tony.
Well, I just wanted to say that actually Witsit's behavior in the recent past has become very concerning. So the live streams that Max has covered, for instance, he sits around comparing himself to God. Like literally he now understands what it's like to be God when humans make bad decisions and you know better than the humans. And he's obviously referring to the decisions Kai is making, and he's sort of equating himself to God in that he knows better than Kai. These are the ruminations of somebody who is in the process of disconnecting even more seriously from reality than they were before. He's got delusional ideations. He's got narcissism. He's got self-aggrandizement. And he was making comments about it's better for children to have a father in their lives. It's better for children to not have to deal with mentally ill parents. And so I'm a little bit concerned that we're sort of glossing over just how adverse an impact Witsit can have on the people around him, given how his personality seems to be, given the trajectory that he seems to be on. Sorry.
Here.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll show up on Ewu Body Cam next. Who knows? Max knew what I was talking about. Max knew.
Ewu crew? Yeah, I know about that.
Oh,
he does have soft-sit tendencies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's legally adept as fuck.
Yeah, I really wanted to bring up that motion to dismiss, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise that evening.
Yeah.
You got Brittany Beaver in chat on YouTube.
Yeah, I see that.
Too. Okay.
Well, I agree
Love
with Tony.
Brady.
I agree with Tony that his behavior. The other night on Toon Show, Witsit doubled down in places that I wouldn't have thought any normal human would double down.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a psychiatrist either, but he ticks a lot of the boxes you can read about schizoaffective disorder, the rapid speech even.
So I don't like to talk about this a lot online, but I did. I worked a lot with.
So Matthew Hakim,
Max.
change the
Max.
subject.
Max.
Can you not?
Yeah.
Can you not hear Caitlin?
Oh no,
Caitlin's talking.
Oh.
Why don't I hear? Hold on.
You might have me muted.
No, I don't. I hear you now. So
Okay.
sorry. I
No.
profusely apologize. I love you.
Yeah. So I've worked a bit advocating for people who've been in abusive situations. I'm not gonna call them victims or get into the, but so I know what to look for when I see people who've been abusive in relationships, and Witsit 100% like ticks all the boxes. And you could see that last night, the way he was controlling the narratives. He was doing classic things like gaslighting her, gaslighting Sky. I want to use her online name. So he was gaslighting Sky. And he called her a whore and was like trying to control the narrative. And you could you could totally tell this guy was abusive. And I got, I told Toon this. I got so much satisfaction watching that stream because normally what happens is that these abusers just get away with it, tell their stories to their friends that they're the real victims, and nothing ever happens to them. And it was just so cathartic to watch it. And then when Kai decided to come on, I thought that was like so empowering for her to have her, be able to come on and confront him with the support, because I don't think she would have been able to do it without that support going on, like all the other people around her, because it's so scary to speak up about these things. And to have it on her terms, I was really happy that she was able to, stand her ground and everything. So I was happy, but I also get why this subject is such a difficult thing for people to deal with, because this is a space where we make fun of people who think the Earth is flat, right? Like this is such a heavy, this is such a heavy subject matter. Yeah.
So it's on me that I came into the chat and I instantly sort of weighed everybody down by going into the mental health space, and I will say that I too was happy that Kai was willing to stand her ground. On the other hand, there were a couple of things that Kai said, and the way she said them left me also a little bit concerned about her, though less so than Witsit. She's clearly, for instance, a biblical literalist, to the point that I think that skews her perception of reality. But nonetheless, she's nowhere near as harmful a personality. She doesn't seem on what we've seen, but we should also be very careful that sort of where we've got a very superficial acquaintance with this situation, and ultimately this will hopefully get arbitrated in the courts, and a much more informed settlement will be arrived to. But I agree with you, Caitlin. There were all of the indicators of somebody who was very controlling, somebody who was very manipulative, narcissistic, authoritative. There were a lot of very negative indicators in the way Witsit has comported himself. But I guess we knew most of those from the get-go with him.
I'd like to just interject for a moment. I really would appreciate it if maybe we could switch topics if we're going to do something else. I know that I'm glad that you guys were able to say your piece, but I think that's their concern, and what's done is done, and we can wish them well and kind of pull out if you guys are good with that.
Yeah, like I said, this is not a subject that I would normally expect to see on a place where we talk about flat earthers and their turpitude.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Kate. Congratulations on corrupting IP Mike and turning him into a hacker.
Oh yeah, so here's the deal. So if you look at Mikey's complaint about not DPT, the drunk debunk, he said that in the complaint to YouTube that he complained about him teaching people how to use web tools to alter his content, and like no one was talking about that, and I thought that was hilarious. So I put out a tutorial, and this is a very real tutorial. You can go watch it on my channel, where I show how to inspect the heap in Firefox, to find strings and then replace the strings in real time as Firefox is running to be able to, alter Mikey's content. And of course, I wanted to find something that was just a little bit above Mikey's understanding.
Well, that's not hard.
Yeah, it's not hard.
So, well, no, the hard part is finding something that's only a little above his understanding.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, so that's the backstory there. So anyway, so I taught everyone how to alter Mikey's content without using browser tools.
But only for you. It doesn't actually alter the content for anybody else. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I'm not hacking YouTube.
Yeah.
That is one of the hard things, because I find things and I'm thinking, I want to make a video about this, but I get so worried someone might use it for something bad. And then I have to be liable.
Kate, if I never talked to you again, I would be deeply dismayed. But you know what would stick with me forever
What would?
is the 11 seconds that you lasted when you had your beautiful binocular photo of the star that made Mikey melt into a
Oh my
pile
gosh.
in record time on screen.
That's great.
I thought Mikey would like that. I really went on. I was like,
I know
Mikey,
you did. That was the best part about it, is that it was such an earnest chat. You were there, you were with him, you guys were connecting, and all of a sudden, everyone is against Mikey, and this is just the biggest bullshit he's ever dealt with, and it's over, and he killed the stream. I can't. My head's still spinning, and I know yours is too. It was so good.
Yeah, good times.
Oh my god.
So hopefully Mikey will see the video. I think his friend from Israel saw the video, and I had to delete his comment because it was a little rude. But hopefully Mike will see the tutorial I made and have nice words for me.
Oh, I just got that. That was Sam. His
Sam,
friend
yes,
from Israel.
Sam, that's his name. Yeah.
Sam, that he's not bald, everyone.
Oh,
absolutely
he's not. He proved it on stream, I think.
Yes, he proved it. I added that to the Flurf Wiki Toon. Sam making
I
the
gotta tell
claim
you,
he's not bald.
Max is the top glober for like being able to just literally put any clip that you need, any subject that is broached. Immediately, Max has the clip playing, or immediately the evidence that you require. Max will send 10 copies of separate sources immediately to you. If you have another question about this, Max will send that, but their head's still spinning from the last thing they challenged him about when they ran. Like it's an art. If you guys ever get a chance to just be in like a Discord chat, a long form Max versus everyone in the whole effing room Discord chat, stick around. It will be fun because Max will get muted 47 times, but in between the 47 mutes, he will make their head spin, and it's really fun to watch. It really is.
Thank you.
So I enjoy it.
My Flat Earth folder with links, my bookmarks folder, is so long, so long. I have
It really is.
everything. Yes,
You sent me the
I
link
need to
actually,
start
and I still
sorting
haven't
it
finished
out.
scrolling to the bottom.
Oh yeah, I need to start sorting it out because it's starting to get like too long. That sometimes I fail to find stuff quickly. But yes,
Yeah,
I
sorry
don't
I
know
spoke
why
over
there.
you sent me the link, and I'm still like literally I'm looking at new evidence every now and then. I'm like, I wonder what else is here at the bottom, and I'll scroll, and it's stuff I've never seen before. So yeah, it's fantastic.
We got a potential flatty in the chat. Hold on. Tony Drake might be sarcastic, and yeah, right, lol 316. Just you can join the Discord server to make your case if you have things to say. Just letting you know it's open. All right, continue.
Yeah.
To what ICSP was saying, some Flurf the other day said, "You're like Wikipedia. You have a link for everything." It's like, yeah, that's what I do. That's why all of you like collectively hate me.
The funny thing is they said it in a way that was like it was meant to like be insulting, but it was. I mean, I took it as a compliment. I think you
Me
did
too. It's like, oh
Yeah.
no.
They were sour. It was like something like 4:35 in the morning, somewhere in there, and
Yes.
I was dozing in and out, and it was I think it was on Gem Panda server, right?
Yes.
And it was kind of like falling, from the earlier night's event, but Max sticks around as he does, and yeah, like all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, like 6 people are attacking Max right now, and they're all getting neo'd like in the Matrix. Like they're just getting it was literally like that. I'm like, dude, Max is crushing. And then they just started getting smart because they were losing. And I'm like, fuck that. So I jumped in and I'm like, you guys got your yeah, I got hot for a minute and then I went back to bed. But Max had it handled. They were bothering me. It was fun.
You know, there is a continuing saga, not to change the subject, but I'm going to change the subject,
Yeah, go ahead.
about about the fallout, the schism between Oakley and Quantum Eraser and company,
Ooh.
and that continues to play out. And I listened to Quantum Erasers live, and it was ungodly boring, just
Oh yeah.
ungodly. It's very boring, but there is still, he spent hours, and it was all about whether or not his intellectual property has been stolen. It was stolen. It was his property, and he's just, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting that they mentioned MCToon briefly. They mentioned Max and then me briefly.
Nice.
But most of it was
we're moving up.
Most of it, yeah. But most of it was about the schism and the thieving, conniving people on the other side and stuff. And that continues to work out and to be vastly entertaining. While at the same time, I've been watching Nathan Oakley, who continues to double down on Earth is flat because inches are flat.
I love that one.
It is a special, and they've said it. They've said it. Somebody asked Neil Cavantino, you can take a tape measure, and measure your waist, and that's not straight. And Neil's response was, yes, but the inch is straight. It says so in the definition, linear. Linear means straight. I mean, this is the level of stupidity. I mean, I don't know how else to call it. I mean, it just bonkers. It's just completely bonkers.
Yeah, to like it's not the definition of doesn't mean linear, doesn't mean straight, but no matter what, the fact that you can measure non-straight things using linear measurements shows that their premise is false, and that's the thing that they always miss, right? They're like, they like to say incorrectly, space is a second law of thermodynamics violation. It's not, but what it does is it shows the fact that there are things in space shows that their understanding of it is wrong. And rather than saying, wait a second, maybe our understanding is wrong, they just double down, forever on the misunderstanding.
Well, the other thing is directions. They have directions completely wrong. North and up and down, right? So north is, in their minds, horizontal, therefore flat.
Yes. I've got a treat for you, Tim. You'll like this too, Brenda, but carry on.
And well, I've heard this come up. So Dr. Blitz does his science. He destroys flat earthers on Twitch and YouTube. But I hear those same those Nathan Oakley talking points get repeated by flat earthers on Twitch, right? Which is that this confusion about directionality, and Dr. Blitz even has a video about a flat earther doesn't know up and down, doesn't know directions and stuff.
Yeah,
they're just repeating the same thing, and it's, how dumb do you have to be to not understand up and down?
Yeah, all of the dumb.
Brenda, what does the QE say about me? Because the only interaction I had was I challenged him to a debate. He backed away, and I called him a pussy, and that was it.
He just has nothing to say. He just goes with these sort of 1950s era juvenile insults. I mean, they aren't even modern. They aren't even modern insults. They're like something you would hear as an insult on some 1950s black and white TV show. That's how out of it he is.
Wait till he finds out I call him Juan Estunia. He's going to blow a gasket.
Well, he calls MCToon booger eater. He's an adult. He's a grown man.
That's all he
Does he
has.
drink pee?
That's all
Does
he
he
has.
drink pee? It says Flurf Wiki. It says he drinks pee.
So
I don't know.
So that's probably conjecture based on his association with Oakley, because Oakley has espoused the benefits of drinking it.
Playing fast and loose with the Flurf Wiki.
Well, it is a lot of satire on there. In fact, I just updated Sam's Flurf Wiki page. There, I just posted it, and you can all look and see the picture. This picture here is now on there, with the text, "Sam is not bald. Here's proof." You see, it's a lot of sarcasm. Also, I added.
He didn't really say that to me.
I added "yeah right" lol 316 to the Flurf Wiki. There you go.
I've got something I want to share.
I didn't know how to
quickly.
include the image. I included the link to the video that I threw on that.
Oh, you
But
could,
yeah,
you could add that to the Flurf Wiki then. That'd be good. Add that link. Oh yeah.
Oh, I did.
Oh, good. Okay, there it is. There it is. Nice.
So Brenda had mentioned something about Flurfs not understanding directions and vectors and this and that. And I think a guy by the name of D-Man, who is a proud follower of his Flurf daddy. I believe it's Vlad. Someone correct me. I think there's been discussion.
Oh
with
fuck,
Wes
he's
maybe.
dumb. Oh my god,
Yeah,
D-Man is
he's
dumb.
not a brilliant dude. But I'm sharing screen. I don't know if you want to show it on stream. It's like a minute and 2 seconds, dude. But it is highlighting the absurdity that is D-Man.
Are you gonna play it? Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Do you see it on the?
Yep, I got it. You can play it.
All right, cool.
The angle you're traveling is meaning the angle of the nose is changing. The angle of the bow is changing. If you went north to south and you just went dead straight, nothing's changing. You're still going
Nothing's
straight over the shape. The only difference is that the angle that the nose and the bow of the ship is changing from where you were to where you're going.
You're also cutting, if you keep continuing south, you're also cutting your lines of your parallel lines. You're breaking those. So you're constantly heading further south, like you're going to remain on the same longitude, but your latitudes are changing.
Yeah, the bow and the stern angle is changing, meaning that the bow is dropping and the stern is rising.
Got you. If you want
What?
to,
Yes, it would have to, because how would you go over it? It's
Nobody
not
knows,
the
Max.
thing.
Nobody
that's like
knows.
saying that you don't feel the loop on the roller coaster. It's ridiculous.
Boats
Yeah, so
don't
that's
dip their
D-Man.
nose, so welcome to flat Earth.
I mean, I've said that.
That's the idea.
I've said that jokingly, like, right? Because flat earthers are like, oh, the planes don't dip their nose. They think that the pilot would have to push forward on the yoke. And I'm like, well, if the captain of the ship doesn't cause the nose of the ship to go down, then it would just go off into space on a globe too, right? That's the same
That's right.
argument. Because
Yes.
a boat is kept aloft by the physics involved. A plane is kept aloft by the physics involved. And whether
They don't understand.
regardless of the shape of the Earth, you don't need to in either of those conditions, you don't need to adjust the nose of either of them, because the physics that's keeping it aloft is what's doing that.
What about marathon runners? Do they have to lean forward to keep up with the curve?
Yes.
That
sure.
is
Oh,
actually a
that's a-
true thing.
Man, somebody needs to use that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That would work.
I think it's important that you brought this up, Jim, because did you know that if you actually go to the Arctic Circle, that the bow has to be up and the stern actually dips down? That's his counter argument to his own antipodal. It's not antipodal though. I think he said that, so we have to take him at his word. Yeah, it's fun.
Crazy.
He's a fun guy.
The other day, I had a light bulb moment. I was going to the supermarket and I noticed that my street, it goes straight and then slopes down. And I was watching it and I was like, oh, look, that generates a crisp horizon. And I was looking at buses go over, like below the curve. And I was like, oh, this is a perfect demonstration of how the curve of the Earth works. in like a small scale, and I made a little short about it.
Yeah, I saw
And
it.
it's exactly what happens when you see like a tanker going away. I was like, oh, I'll film this and
Yeah, I
put
saw
a
it.
little
Good little
voiceover on
short.
it. Yeah, came out quite nice. It's on
But
my channel if anyone wants
that's
to see
because
it.
of perspective, Max. That's perspective.
Max, was it one of the electric buses that we were chatting about?
No, it was all regular buses, but we do have electric buses. Yes, we saw them when we were doing the sunset stream.
So yeah,
That
the
was fun.
buses. It's good the bus drivers know to dip the nose as they go over that hill.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, they I mean,
Go into space.
Keep going.
Yeah, they just fly off. I think it's probably in the manual. Like, make sure you lean forward. Apply maximum pressure to the front of the bus. Ask people to sit forward in their seats. The whole nine. Oh God, what are we doing here? Like, what is this?
What a time
So
to be
silly.
alive. Let me read this. Beaver Zero says, I have an install job at a house right now. So the guy is 100% a flat earther. He literally asked why planes don't take off into space. I can't believe this is a hard concept. Yep. It's.
You know what I do is I just pretend that everything they say is true. And then when it's all over, I just remind myself that I was acting the entire time. And it's coping, right? It's my coping strategy, but it works. Like, it's remarkably effective to just pretend that they know what they're talking about, and then just ask pointed questions. Every now and then get a jab. If Elec shows up, gloves come off, right? Like, there are certain protocols I follow.
Yeah, Elec is pure evil.
Well,
He's the most disrespectful human alive.
Yeah.
But
Well, I see. When I listen to Oakley's long form streams, and Neil and some of the others are so looking forward to the time when all of us Globers are going to have to face the reality that they know and they're worried for us. And genuinely thinking, these Globers are going to be so devastated when the truth
This is the
comes out,
thing.
because it's any day
Yeah.
now. It's any day. The truth is going to come out, and they're going to be shown to be right.
Not a cult, by the way.
And that's the thing, is like, you really don't have a defense against that, right? Like, that's the point where it's like, well, we can kind of enjoy the ride. I think that Toon would agree. It's like, this is funny. Like, we can try to educate people along the way. There are people that are lost and gone, and we're not counting on them to really ever catch the drift that they are so in over their heads. But that's kind of, I think about that from time to time. Like, how is this? Is this a problem that even can be solved? Like, it seems.
But this is the error that I think was made earlier in the stream when you were asking how stupid are people. The stupidity doesn't necessarily come into it. It's a matter of identity, and it's well known that it's well established that people's mathematical ability, their analytical ability, deteriorates when they encounter data that disagrees with the beliefs that they hold. They'd rather be wrong about processing the data than have their identity challenged. So for many of the people who are flat earthers, this is a significant component of their identity. And as you say, you're not going to be able to educate them out of it. You're not going to be able to talk to them out of it. This is why the content on my channel is not aimed at flat earthers. And I feel very little reason not to block a flat earther as soon as they come into my chat and start making noise. I make content to stop people from becoming flat earthers, but I consider somebody who has become a flat earther to nearly be a lost cause. At this stage, I don't see how you're getting them back. All of the evidence that can be provided has been provided. They're gone now. You just need to stop people from following them.
So you think the
some-
flat Earth
some of-
thing made them dumb?
No.
No, I don't think it made them dumb. I think it, to describe flat earthers as dumb, I think is is something of a misservice, they're more delusional than they are dumb, right? It's not that they can't keep the evidence counter to their position in their mind. Cognitive dissonance kicks in to sort of prevent that from gelling.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm not contradicting your point, but I think I have seen it before where somebody comes in, I don't know the shape of the earth. Within 3 months, they'll believe anything. Like it's killed their cognitive processes.
I've found that people that say they don't know do know, and they're just using that as a cover to not have to back up any
That's
claims.
true too. Sure. Yeah.
I don't
I
think,
think-
I've ever heard a single scientifically literate person say they don't know what shape the Earth is. So
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, if you look at, hold on just a second, the book that I sometimes pull out, that's the Debater's Guide. In there, it states specifically as instructions for debaters, you do not need to provide supporting evidence for things that are very, very well established. And it gives one example, the shape of the Earth. So when the authors of that book were writing that book, and they wanted to pick something that was the most obvious thing, that was the thing they chose.
Yeah, for good reason. Shoebill, I saw you pop in a minute ago. Talk about someone that's been like literally out of breath talking about how theodolites work to flat earthers. Do you have anything that comes to mind about them just completely writing you off, or do some of them listen? Like, what's the deal?
Well,
Good to see you, by the way.
when it comes to flat earthers, it's a pie chart. There are dumb flat earthers. There are completely delusional flat earthers, and then there are the cosplayers. And I think the bulk of them are cosplayers. And I think considering them to be, lying actor, attention whores, for the click, that's actually more charitable than considering them delusional or stupid. But you've got to admit there is a wedge in that pie chart that are stupid.
I think Tony.
I will freely admit that, but there's a wedge in the Glober pie chart that is also stupid, right?
That's a much smaller wedge.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
But it's nonetheless true, and I would say that sort of one of the things that a lot of flat earthers have going for them is that they are asking questions and they get yelled at by globers who are no more intelligent, no better informed, and just call them stupid. And this sort of but they don't have any observational data because that's not their job. You do have observational data, and flat earthers reject it. But they've been yelled at by a lot of people who just have nothing other than we learnt this in primary school, and obviously that isn't persuasive to them.
Well, when it comes to globers, 99.99% of globers are not on Discord. But when it comes to flat earthers, 99% of flat earthers are on Discord. So you don't have a good one-to-one head-to-head.
Yeah, per capita, Tony, per capita.
That's entirely true.
We call those people globe liabilities.
Yeah. So why don't you see civil engineers on flat Earth discords? Damn few, if ever.
So
they don't care. They're busy building bridges.
I think it's a good point that Tony's making. That there are people that are not intelligent, right? Less than 50% are in the lower half of intelligence, and there's 8 billion people. 1% of them are the dumbest 1%. What number is that? How many people out of 8 billion is 1%? Right? Those are really dumb people, and the majority of them are not flat earthers. So that's an important thing to remember. But I think it's critical.
How can you go ahead?
It's a disproportionately larger number of flat earthers are very dumb.
Absolutely. I was going to say that's the fallacy of conformity or division to cherry pick one of the smart. Wasn't there one flat earther who was an engineer?
Well, there's questions about that, and I think in general, what you find is that they are those that do have a bit more of a understanding of physics and science tend to then substitute evidence for literal Bible interpretation. So there you have Mind of God.
I think you
It was-
covered him.
yeah,
and
my-
you even stamped his credentials.
Yeah, Mind of God
Are we
is
talk-
has a master's, to my knowledge, I believe him, has a master's degree in electrical engineering. And what's his name? Balls out physics guy.
Mullins.
Mullins does seem to have a degree in mechanical engineering, but both of them are extreme Bible literalists, so they will reject reality for Bible literalism, which is, I find, very strange.
Right. It's
Yeah, I
just the
did-
same
What-
as.
What I
sorry,
find
go ahead.
strange, what I find strange with Brian Mullins is in his balls out physics videos, when either he was just graduating or still in university, where he did not know the difference between mass and weight. That just blew my shit away.
Yeah.
To think he's in university and he stated with such certainty that mass and weight, it didn't make sense to him. He said, if I got 10 kilograms on Earth, why is it 6 kilograms on the moon if the mass is supposed to be same everywhere?
Yeah. Was it George? Was it you were trying to say something? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that it's very similar to how like creationists will cart out the single like, oh, here's a structural engineer who believes in young Earth creationism, and they like tout that as like some type of what's the word I'm looking for? A laurel to rest on when it's like, yeah, but in their actual field of study that they go through every day, do they use the Bible or do they use science that everybody else has relied upon? But then you come to this one very specific topic, young Earth, flat Earth, young Earth creationism, flat Earth, stuff like that, and it's like, oh yeah, no, we don't. I don't do that stuff that I do in my actual job where it matters. But over here, yeah, it's just the Bible.
I've had this thought recently. I don't know if it rings true for any of you guys, but if you're familiar with like I got into a rabbit hole 2 years ago about plane crashes, right? And like how much stuff has to go wrong. There's like 12 or 13 things. There's redundancy everywhere. There's so much that has to go wrong for an actual plane crash of a commercial air jet, and generally speaking, to crash and ruin lives, right? I thought about it. I'm like, it seems like there might be a parallel for like some of these people, like that sort of like, for instance, like Geo, even Jeremy, right? They can talk the talk. They're very social, very charismatic. Even Jaren, right? There's a lot of charisma with it, right? Like, and I hate to say it, but he can have charisma in the right circumstances and to build his brand. But like to actually fall into this, like to find the right slots to fall into where a plane crash actually happens is kind of a rare thing. And I think that they're blind to that, and that's kind of how I see it. And maybe they got introduced to it by at the right time in their lives where things weren't going right, and someone else that they really care. Like I don't know how it actually comes together, but that's kind of a working hypothesis I have, because there is just so much um to to look at that's just disconfirming something as stupid as flat earth, right? Like call the government lying, okay, that might be a little bit more tricky, but something like flat earth, like how much has to go wrong for you to really
Yeah,
believe it, I guess.
But I see they're in these groups on Discord, and they're in
Yeah.
here all day, and all day is spent. Everybody is validating everybody's preconceived ideas all the time. So they spend all their time here, and all the time is spent reinforcing their belief system. So I think that explains a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
but I
it
think a lot of
becomes
people
like
would write it off, right? Even normal people would be like, this is silly. Like for the most part, I truly believe by and large, if somebody's even looking for a chat, First of all, what type of people are looking for a chat on Discord? Yeah, it's gonna be slanted towards the conspiracy theorists or the people fighting it, right? So
Well,
like,
I see normal people don't spend. I mean, these people
right,
spend all day here. Normal people don't have time for that. They've
right,
got jobs. But these,
yeah.
but you
I
see
think
these people in here, they're here 10, 16 hours a day, every day.
it's their only social encounter.
Right.
But I think one of the best examples we've seen recently is who's this idiot Dr. Heffron and the celestial theodolite bullshit.
They got rid of Heffron a while ago.
Okay.
Well, the fact that he emerged at all, and they're on like celestial theodolite, update, 32 or something.
They've retired it now.
Yes,
You know what
Shane
they moved on
said
to,
they
though?
retired the Cell Theo undefeated, but I've seen like 5 people completely defeated.
I've
So,
seen Jesse defeat it more than once on the same day.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, Jesse really destroyed. He figured out the math, and then figured out where to go to that would give the globe answer, and just measured it in a perfect globe. And they're like, oh crap! And then they added fudge factors and all sorts of things to try to pretend that that wasn't a problem. But in the end, just like everything else, from the Blob crew, the Blob boys, they started with the globe and then waved their hands around a bit and said, oh, there you go, therefore flat. Because they used the Haversine formula for distances. They used stellarium for the position of the star in the sky. And there's one more glaring thing that was globe-based. The refraction. They used the globe-based refraction, where Ruhif did some... produced an actual refraction table for flat Earth based on measurements of the temperature and pressure at elevation, that is thousands or millions of data points.
Yeah, from balloon data. Yes,
Yep.
the radio sondes.
Yeah, so every day, all over the Earth, there are a whole bunch of balloons are sent up, and they track position, so you know which way the winds are blowing at different elevations, and they track temperature and pressure. So all of those things are then public information, and there's a database. He pulled the database and then was able to get averaged values for refraction, and then modeled it on flat Earth and modeled it on globe. And there's been prior no flat Earth modeling of what refraction would do until now. And so they use globe. So the celestial theodolite boys, they use globe refraction, globe distances, and globe position of the stars. Like, you didn't use flat Earth for any of them, so it's you retired celestial theodolite, never once having actually engaged in a single flat Earth test. So I guess you could say that was undefeated, because 0 means undefeated.
My favorite one was Astronomy Live. He did the celestial theodolite by instead of using a mountain, using a passing plane.
Oh, yeah.
And basically took all the data. If you haven't seen that, it's on Red's channel, Astronomy Live versus Alan. And Alan didn't know like what to do with that. The first one was like, oh, but you didn't tell me that you were going to do this beforehand. That was the cope. And then the cope was that he couldn't verify any of the data, but Astronomy Live like showed exactly how you would go about doing all of that. It was marvelous.
Their big thing was reproducibility and not understanding it, because you would need to have the balloon be at the exact same spot, or the plane be at the exact same spot, in order to reproduce the experiment. But that's not what reproducibility in science means. It means doing the same experiment on different stuff. Yeah, it's the same methodology, the same test. They don't know.
Toon, I have one more question before I go.
Okay.
Are you scared of Matthew Hakim's lawsuit against you? He said he would go pro se.
No, not at all. I gave him my where he should send it to, because one thing about defamation is you have to have a character to defame. So good luck.
Well, pro Pro se means he's a sovereign citizen, right?
Yes.
Not
he's representing
necessarily.
himself.
it's common. It doesn't
They're
mean
very
he is.
close. Yeah. I mean, for example, you could go to traffic court and be pro se, and people do that all the time, right? Like it's
A
no
new
big
LOL
deal.
suit, a new LOL suit. First it's Mikey, and then it's wow, a lot happening in the legal department.
Yeah, it's
What is happening with Mikey? Because he was supposed to be moving, right? Did he get into a new place?
I haven't seen anything on his channel when I looked yesterday.
Kind of worried about him. He could be homeless.
Well, he's got a car and it's coming in a summer, and he's done it before. He's lived in his car before until winter came.
Okay.
So I would not be surprised if he's going to be living in his car for a while.
I don't like him. I think that he comes. His initial thing is he comes off as kind of entertaining and stuff, and then he has a very nasty side.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see him to suffer.
Yeah, that was dark.
That got worse with when he started hanging out with Sam. Sam is a bad influence for Mikey. With that, I need to go to bed. Love you all. Take care. Have a great night.
Thanks, Max.
Have Max later.
Oh, Max, but if you you left. I was gonna say I just drove from Houston to San Antonio, and it took 5 hours instead of 3 because the freeway was shut down. But on the way I stopped at a gas station in a city called Flatonia. And I took a quick photo, which is maybe the most Texas photo I've ever taken. Let me let me share my screen real fast.
Flatonia. Oh my gosh.
It's actually called Flatonia. There, we'll share entire screen. I don't know if you can you see that?
Pulling it up. Yes, I do. Oh my
Does
goodness.
your social start with 2794?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
So, yeah,
Oh,
the
that
city-
is amazing.
It's actually called Flatonia, and there's an entire wall of crosses for sale under it.
Wow, that is very
so beautiful.
That's very Texas.
I had to take a shot. I had to take a photo. I figured y'all appreciate it.
Let me ask you, Arnold, did you have your cell phone like pressed against your chest and just nonchalantly doing your hair with your left hand while you snap the photo just to be incognito, or were there measures taken?
I maybe not quite that crazy, but I did kind of walk by and make sure nobody was looking at me because I felt really weird taking a picture of it. The store was empty otherwise, but I couldn't not take that picture. Anyway, I thought y'all would appreciate that.
Yeah, that was great.
I wanna cover something. So when I was in college, one of the classes I took was I took several AI classes, and the AI we have now is nothing like what I studied. So AI 1 and 2 and a class called Expert Systems. And the Expert Systems class, one of the things about it was, it's about capturing information and techniques from experts and then building that into some sort of a system, right? That's thus the name. And in there, it is really pressed in hard that the definition of an expert is somebody that's been doing something for 8 years. Not like in passing, but in a large amount of time and effort for 8 years. So I'm like, oh, well, at some point I will have been doing flat earth debunking for 8 years. And that time is in the past now. This is my first post right here and I'll send it to the Discord chat too. The flatearthsociety.org. My very first post, May 4 of 2018, which was now I'm now 2 days past becoming an expert. So I'll have to
Congratulations, sir.
Update my business card, my title, flat earth debunking expert. So
I have one question, Toon. Did anyone like that post that might be still in the realm of where we're at? Did Jiffy Cones on that thread, or
this particular thread?
Yeah, is there like a like function?
There is some sort of It's not about likes though. This forum software isn't really about that. But
yeah. I'm just joking around. But like, what was your particular the thing that you were putting forth on this? I
it
kinda
was
glossed over
it
while
was
you were
about gravity and how things fall at the same rate in a vacuum chamber. And of course, the flat earthers were rejecting it. So here we go. Rabinaz. I remember seeing Rabinaz in there a lot, an Australian flat earth debunker.
Man.
We got this guy called Wise who calls himself a professor and a flat earth scientist. How hilarious. But yeah, there's a few people that I ran into on there that are still kicking around. Bobby Shafto has a YouTube channel, really good stuff.
How long were you lurking in the shadows there before you actually, because it looked like, I mean, you posted 3 links, so it seems like you may have been thinking about it for a couple days or something.
These links are just demonstrations of a feather and a larger, more dense thing in a tube that's been evacuated. And my point here was like, we did this in high school. I remember my teacher doing it. So,
yeah, it was probably 6 months before I don't know, maybe less, maybe a couple months before I even said a word in chat. Just, I could not believe that people actually, I couldn't believe that I found like what I was looking for. People were debating, and I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I was catching up on the lore for a long time. You were obviously ahead of that, but probably people have similar stories.
2018 was still when they had like some adjacent stuff, like the mountains or tree stumps, giant tree stumps.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No trees on flat Earth, something like that. Yeah, because they took, in part, they took the dream from the book of Daniel in the Bible, where the king had a dream that there was a giant tree. And they're like, oh, that was real. Like, no, even in the Bible, it's just a dream. But never mind, it was real. And
their evidence was hilariously bad back then too. It was like they kept touting they had the list of 100,000 pilots who who think the Earth is flat.
Yeah, or the tree stuff. They just look at a butte, like in the Southwest United States or in Australia. They're like,
Right.
oh, that's obviously a tree because it looks like a tree stump. Therefore, it is a tree stump.
The topography looks like the rings on the stump. Yeah.
Pete Shea was a big proponent of the central tree.
Yeah.
You know who Pete Shea is?
I do.
Right?
Yep.
You remember? Yeah.
Pete Shea's got MIA. Nobody's seen him for about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. Who knows?
He had some issues with his family. Of course, he's estranged from his kids and living in a tiny apartment, and had
maybe legal.
become all his entire life.
Yeah, he was banned from his local pub for talking about flat Earth there.
Oh my gosh!
They banned him. Yeah.
Well, for him to go this quiet this long means he can't reach his phone.
That could be.
Well, he could be incarcerated due to a fight, because he's a very agitated person. Could be that his he deteriorated significantly so that he's just not really.
Yeah. It's whatever it is, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Robert. I see you in chat here. I don't know if you're next to your phone, but earlier today we were yeah. What's up, dude? We were just kind of like how we were sort of talking about how they get into this position, and I think that I've always thought of 3 things when it's hard to get out, right? Like, you've got your community, right? We have a community here. We've built a community. I'd like to think that the majority of people here would follow the truth, right? I don't know to what extent I'm correct, but I think that we go where the evidence is. That's how I've always felt. That's why I've always been attracted to the community that we're in. But I mean, if it turns out to be flat, right, or it turns out to be I don't know,
concave?
whatever other shape, a rhombus, concave, rhombus, whatever, triangle, parallelogram, whatever. That's a 2D shape. Anyways, But the point is we go where the evidence is, right? And so they've got community, right? That's a really strong hold, right? And then you've got the religifleurs, as it were, or even people that have been raised in a particular household. They may not be religious, but they may just have these values that have been instilled to them, or these whatever they're in their their upbringing sort of instilled certain things that they hold on to. We'll call it either, I mean, I was raised in a young earth household, right? But like not even that. For flat earth, there are people that are raised in households where that I'm sure that's talked about, right? And then you've also got the people that you might have to remind me, Robert, off the cuff. There was one other. It's ideology and community are the two big ones, but there's one other anchor that I think really makes it hard for people to kind of escape this when they've got those things going for them, those things that they look forward to, and it's a
One
lot
trick is
easier
to
for
tell
them to
them
sort of
stories
have
that
to.
don't go
Thank you, Shane. I
anywhere.
appreciate it. You could just play the Grammy music next time. It's fine.
That was not me.
Asshole.
That was not
You're an
me.
asshole.
Oh
What
my
was that? Was
gosh.
that Harold?
That was Harold.
That was Harold.
Oh my god! Of course it was Harold. All right, all right.
Well,
My
you know, we used to
acceptance speech is
wear
over. But
an onion on your belt because that was the fashion.
I'm sorry, it was a mistake.
yeah, but like, do you guys agree? Like, there are anchors that make it really difficult. Is all I was saying. And I don't know how to attack that problem.
Somebody else mentioned it before, the social aspect. Like I think back to, it's like the social ecosystem develops, then you have social needs, you have friendships you've built, so it's harder to leave in that regard. I remember when Ranty first left Flat Earth, and but then he tried to stay friends with them. They're like, "Nah, you're a traitor."
Yep.
So it was like
Yes,
tough
but
for him.
that's a good example because Ranty was, you know, Conspiracy Cats and I think Ruhiv worked with Ranty for a long time. And one of the things that they did is they used that photograph of the
Blackpool.
Blackpool photograph. It's not associated, it's not near the water, so you don't get the strong refraction. And then they had himself physically count the pixels. And I think that him actually performing the calculation helped him to understand and to break through the conditioning of the flat earth. And I think that that's two things. Being removed from the group is important so that you're not being reinforced
he
with
had
the group
already
ideology.
he'd already kind of
Yeah.
worked independent
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah, and then also having them actually perform whatever calculation it is you want. Those two things I think are pretty important. I think.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot won't do it. Ranty was unique in his willingness to actually do the footwork, where most won't. That they're happy to just basically have a meme depth understanding of things, and every question is answered with another meme.
Well, it's even like Jaren, like so we're talking about the flat earth it's like more of a herd mentality, right? We kind of look to see how others are reacting. If I'm stuck right there in the flurf herd, right? Like, and I'm just somebody. Jaren was a leader. Like, he's got these leadership qualities and sort of marching to the beat of his own own drum. And it's something that I touched on with Robert, and I think that might have been his ticket out, is that he had the ability to say, I'm really not looking to someone else for answers. I'm here with Toon. I'm here with McKeegan. They're making sense. I came here for truth. He's been sort of conditioned up to that point because of his own wherewithal. He put himself in the lion's pit to actually call out flat earthers and use derogatory language towards them before he even went on the trip. And I mean, he's sort of a rare case too. And I think that the people that are going to escape are going to have that quality where they can go against it when people are going to turn on them. And I think Jaren had that quality too. I don't know if
I agree.
if I missed anything. I did want to give Robert, like, because we were chatting about it. Was there anything that I missed, Robert, or that you wanted to touch on that I
No,
said?
I think you covered it all. It was, I don't remember everything we were talking about, but yeah, definitely the Jaren thing and how you said that about the leadership quality. So yeah, no, you've pretty much covered it all.
Yeah. So
Well, Jaron was already breaking from the flat Earth community over religion, because he had come out long before going to Antarctica. Was rejecting the extreme. He has his own spirituality, but he was rejecting the kind of narrow religiosity of a lot of the flat earthers.
Yeah, that's common on many of those that escaped. Ranty did not have the fundamental Bible literalist position. Neither did Raichi, but neither did Patricia Steer. But Robbie Davidson did. So, and
Does he still? Because you can be a fundamentalist and think that the Earth is a globe.
Of course, yeah. So I don't know I can't say his position. He hasn't said to me as much, but he has said that it caused him to reevaluate a lot of things when he realized that he was wrong about flat Earth and that it was tied to his religion. So,
do any of you guys know any flat earthers that's their only thing? Like I can't imagine that being
flat Earth is
they
just
come there with baggage, right?
Oh yeah, there's always baggage.
What do you mean by their only thing?
That's their only conspiracy, right? Like
Weird
they're either hung up
revisionist
on the
belief.
government or they're hung up on, population control or what
Tartaria, chemtrails.
I would say
when I chat with folks, I usually tell them that, like, in the Venn diagram of conspiracy theories. Hold on, I'm echoing back to myself and I sound retarded.
I don't hear an echo.
No, it was just my headset. Sorry. No, but I say, like, when I talk to people outside of this circle about all this stuff and try to describe it to them, I describe it, in the Venn diagram of conspiracy theories. Flat Earth is the circle around all of them. I think that's the long answer is the short answer to that is no. Like, I think they all go for something else, right?
Because you have
they
to
came there
believe
on the bus.
literally everyone is lying to you, right? Like there can't be, like, because I'm not even a smart person and I can name at least 3 different fields of science that have nothing to do with space travel, the shape of the earth or anything, but they rely 100% on globe math, globe gravity, stuff like that. And it's like all of those have to be fake. Or the people in them have to be lying or fooled, So if you believe in flat Earth, you have to at least believe in a shadow government, So that's just one there, and it's cascading failures there on out.
I feel if they're still a flat earther after about 2 to 5 minutes of conversation, then it's no longer about evidence anymore, and no evidence will convince them at that point.
No. I think I want to say Blackburn Big Dragon says, I've never seen a Flurf who didn't believe every single conspiracy theory. This is generally the case, but Nathan Oakley doesn't buy the
that's right,
the jet fuel claim or chemtrail stuff. What's his name from Hawaii? Joey Rocha does not accept the chemtrail stuff either. So it's not 100%, but it's very consistent.
Well, Nathan Oakley is specifically grooming his group to reject a lot what he calls the feast of nonsense, which is the conspiracy theories. Which
is weird. So it's very weird.
It's a way of separating them from the others and giving them an identity that is separate from other flat earthers.
That makes sense.
So that they stay with him.
That's actually clever. From a business perspective, I could understand why you would do that.
I think Nathan Oakley is a Machiavellian narcissist.
Yeah. I don't know the first word you said. I don't know what that means, but yeah,
Machiavellian. Machiavellianism is a part of the dark triad in psychology. That means that they're extremely manipulative and plotting.
He looks like the yellow dude from Sin City.
The name derives from Machiavelli, the author of The Prince, right? So it means somebody who is scheming. In fact, there's another piece of trivia here. His full name was Niccolo Machiavelli, and it is from him that Old Nick came to refer to the devil. That's how evil Machiavelli was thought to be. Even though if you actually read The Prince, all he says is you shouldn't screw people over, but if you do have to screw them over completely and in such a way that no one who ever cared about them can ever do you harm ever again. That was his advice to princes.
So I see Nathan Oakley being that way because, in my opinion, I see his plotting and scheming that way. He is extremely manipulative of the people. He's got this little coterie around him, and he has them. Everything is designed specifically for them. When Nathan Oakley explodes in rage, and he's been doing that for several days now, as over being getting a copyright strike from the map channel. All of that is designed to appeal to his minions.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, minion is actually a psychological term in the sciences of narcissistic people. It's actually used in the science. They are minions, right? And everything is designed to keep them with, in his little group.
The other thing is it prevents infighting. So it maintains as many members of his grift as possible. Like I remember Bob Nodell and his dinosaur theory. Dinosaurs didn't exist, and it was a big deal, big scandal for a lot of them.
Well, I've been listening to Oakley for quite a while, and I do other things and listen to. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I torture myself this way, but yeah, it's a very
He's just an angle shooter, right? He's literally just an angle shooter. He's looking for what can get him to next month or next 2 months or what can get him to the end of the year, right? Like he's trying to read the scene.
Yeah.
He's trying to he's looking ahead. He's clever and he's clever enough, but like you were alluding to, Brenda, if he's gonna get hot and heated, to us, it looks in the moment, it's like, wow, this looks genuine. But then what does he do? He hits the switch and he's smiling Nathan again. And it literally never happened, right? Then he can just jump right back into it.
I've seen
like
him
it
do
never
it.
happened. Yeah.
I've not only seen him do it, he has said, and I have it recorded, right? He says, I can turn it on and off.
He can, he's right. But yeah, I wouldn't.
That is a sign of pathology. That's pathological. That's a sign of pathology where he can turn that that performance on and off at will.
And that kind of circles. Yeah, go ahead, Harold. Excuse me.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all like dug into Scientology or. I mean, I got kind of deep into it. Even read like the unofficial biography of L. Ron Hubbard, right? And it's very similar tactics in terms of controlling people, right? Controlling the messaging. When people sort of stray outside of the flock, they get dejected and pushed away and marked as suppressive people, right? And keeping them within your little circle with your mantras, right? Very similar to like cult like control tactics in a way, right?
No,
He's
I
manipulating
agree.
people.
100%.
Doing.
By the way,
The thing
L.
is-
Ron Hubbard's the guy that fleeced Jack Parsons. That's who Dave Weiss thinks started NASA.
L. Ron
I
Hubbard,
think
he's a fascinating one because he was brilliant. Like the system, he was a lunatic, but like he was good at what he did. It's still
Jack
there.
Parsons,
Like, people still-
Jack Parsons was one of the founder of JPL.
Right.
Yeah,
He
L. Ron
was.
Hubbard
I think he was head of
owned his
the.
girl and took all his money.
Yeah, he was head of the Thelema America chapter. Aleister Crowley used to write letters to him about L. Ron Hubbard, told him he was a con man and stuff. They tried to start a business together. He like stole their boats or whatever.
Well,
the
he,
thing about
he stole everything. So, yeah, it's L. Ron Hubbard stole everything he had and his wife.
So the thing about Nathan Oakley, though, is he is really banking on his book doing well, and I don't think it will. He has ended his mic selling business, and he's on thin. At least according to him, his income is very thin. He doesn't have a lot of cushion there, and he's anticipating. He's really. I think the excitement is genuine, and I think his anticipation is going to fail him.
Oh man, there's no and by the amount that he's suggesting he's going to be listing it for, there's no way. If the hardcover or if the paperback isn't in the range of $20 to $30, right? Instead, it's $100. He won't get any sales hardly.
No, he won't.
No.
No, but he is definitely banking. Well, in my opinion, he is definitely banking his financial survivability on this book doing well, and he's only going to go to comfy interviews. He is not going to risk
Oh yeah.
Anybody that would push back hard on it.
I think that it's important to think too, like maybe even, I don't know if this is going to cap the night off, but like Nathan Oakley is the kind of person that it's important to like remember, like we do this for fun, right? And like it's hilarious, it's stupid, and it's entertaining. But there are innocent people that are at risk of people like Nathan Oakley, that are at risk of people like
Yeah, well,
Austin Whitsitt, that are at risk of people like David Weiss, right? And it's important to remember that like there are reasons that we will stand forward sometimes to do the uncommon thing, to challenge these people and to put them in tough positions. And so be it. Like that's, I think that at the end of the day, I've talked to a very, very close friend of mine by the name of Roger That, and I, we were involved, all of us, I think, to some degree, or a great majority of us here were involved in some things that were involving Wits the other day. But I stand by everyone in this community because we do this for a reason, and it's important to kind of remember like that. Yes, sometimes it's funny. We can laugh at others' expenses. Sometimes we get out of hand, but and even Tune, I think will agree that we have a purpose. It's not always obvious. We talk a lot and back chat, as it were, but there's always a purpose and there's always a reason, and it's for the right reason that we try to fight to save the innocent people from
Yeah.
falling into this trap that's very easy to fall into with
Yeah.
the way some of these people operate.
Roger really laid into Whitsitt in that
He
strip,
did.
and
He did.
I really liked.
And there
I
were
really
others.
liked that.
There were others. And regardless of what any critique there is to say about it, that we were all there. And we all had we were all excited. We all had our emotions, right?
I think he was right.
And so
I think he was right too.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead, Brenda. Excuse me.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to validate what you were saying, basically.
I just got, I'm a little emotional about the whole thing, but yeah. I want to let you have the floor. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not. I'm dead inside. It's just a joke.
Oh my
It's
But
just
yeah.
a joke.
The point is, I think that we do need to, always kind of find our base and understand that, the reason that we started this are several different reasons. And as long as we understand that, we are in this for the right reasons, then we should keep,
Yeah.
should keep
I'm
doing
sorry.
what we're doing.
I'm sorry. I've kind of been dumping a little bit because I've been see. I play a game and the game is kind of boring, so I listen to Oakley and to others while I'm playing the game, and so I've been listening to them for quite a while now and tracking what's going on, and it's a sort of a soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Neil Costantino is, oh my God, what I have to say about him. Oh no.
It's funny you bring him up. Yeah, we've talked about him and a guy by the name of Buck Sodbuster. I mean, we talked about like
They still
this Neil
hate.
guy.
They still hate him. Oh my God.
Sorry, Toon, go ahead.
Buck really left an indelible mark in Oakley. It's pretty funny. We are all just a second. We are all Golgafringian says 72% of people are stupid. I'm in the other 38%. And I hope you all got that.
Very good. Very good.
110 is perfectly appropriate. Yeah.
Merv63 says, just wanted to say thanks for all the edutainment. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna wrap it here. We've been closing in on hour and a half, I think, or 3.5 hours, which is plenty long. You all can continue on Discord as long as you want, of course. I'll probably stay on Discord after I wrap the stream up. So, and if somebody wants to drop a link to Discord, so if people want to be able to continue on. Everybody, thank you so much for joining in. And I have a debate lined up on Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Time with TikTok, Vladdy, on Jaren's channel, but I'll also be live streaming here. So be watching for Jaren's channel and here, and prefer Jaren's if you can. So people on Discord, thank you very much. We were talking about Oakley, so I'll wrap up this with an Oakley song, and YouTube people, will see you on Thursday.
Later, people.
That's my balls in his mouth. Yeah, you can suck my balls. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. That is my balls in your mouth. Yeah, enjoy the taste of my nuts, bro. Maybe my balls in your mouth for a few more minutes. Enjoy the taste of my nuts. Gamma. Balls in your mouth. With my nuts on your face. To suck my nuts. You suck on my nuts. Then tell me how my nuts taste. Now I'd like to know how my balls taste. You fucktard. You are a spastic. And you're getting teabagged by a flat earther. Now enjoy the taste of my nuts, you stupid spastic. Yeah, chuckle for me, fundy fuck. You're being teabagged by me. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. As a result, you're being asked how my nuts taste, you fucking weirdo. You suck on my nuts. You suck on my nuts. That's really, yes, that's really. I stuck my balls in your mouth afterwards. To suck my nuts. Bleat how unfair it is while you gag on my bollocks. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Come on and suck on my nuts. Come on and suck on my nuts. To suck my nuts. Yeah, you're getting fucking teabagged. Don't insult me or ad hom me as I teabag you. Yeah, I'll just gag you with my nuts. That's what I'll do. Enjoy my balls in your mouth, do you?